Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now. It's time to stretch and fetch. See what's cooking at our refreshment counter. You'll find your favorite foods and beverages, plus many new goodies to tempt your appetite and add to your evening's pleasure. Everything's the finest quality. So treat yourself now. Nine minutes to go to showtime. Popcorn, rich with hot melted butter. All kinds of candy. Sparkling soft drinks. Steaming hot coffee. Steamed or grilled hot dogs. Crispy hot fresh French fries. Eight minutes to go to showtime.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup of that nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white puffy material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
Seven minutes to go to showtime. Hot popcorn, just popped. Fresh roasted peanuts. How about a pizza? None better anywhere. Sizzling hamburgers grilled to your taste. We've a large assortment of freshly made sandwiches. Minutes to go to showtime.
I'm sorry, sir. This is a private mountain.
But I only wanted it.
This mountain is reserved for patrons of drive-in theaters.
But
it's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar, like soft drinks, hot dogs, good hot coffee, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats.
But I am a patron of this drive-in.
Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Minutes to go.
Ugh, Hello there. Gives the demonstration of my new invention, the Goodies Machine. Special for patrons of this drive-in, the machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at a snack bar just waiting for you. Mmm.
Minutes to go to showtime.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of...
To the delicious foods you'll find waiting to tempt your appetite at the snack bar. Extra special good hamburgers, wonderful donuts, ice cold thirst-quenching drinks. Pizza generously sliced, steaming hot, fresh coffee, ice cream in many flavors.
Well, we're live. We're live. What's on today's unit? We're playing a weird game called Alter Ego. It was something I wanted to do for a while. And it's really, really weird. It's like, I can't even describe it. It's the very first life sim. I want to play The Sims again at some point. We did Sims 1, 2, obviously 4, because you were there for that. So we've done those. I don't think I've got 4 installed anymore. The computer I had Sims 4 installed on got bricked. So I lost it. All of Sims 4 disappeared. And I don't think I've bothered with Sims 4 since then. 'Cause it's like, oh, I can't be fucked. Making everybody again, downloading all the mods, downloading all the fucking created content, all that shit. I just couldn't be asked. So this game is... God, I should open a wiki for this. But good to see you. Sorry about that, everything else, though. It sounds like it's been a shit time. 1986. 1986 game. It's an interactive fiction role playing. Oh yeah, I've done the lights. I've got Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker chilling out behind me. I've got posters up. I've got a whole look now. All different records behind me. Just shit. I need to tidy up a little bit, but yeah, I'm getting happy with it. I'm getting happy. Describes itself on the wiki, mind, not the actual thing. Alter Ego is an interactive fiction role-playing game developed and published by Activision in 1986. It was created by Peter J. Favreau for the Commodore 64, MS-DOS, Apple II, Macintosh. Game allows, yeah. So I think he was an actual psychologist. I've done a free Java version. We're gonna play the old school original. There's apparently one that was the paid model service, which is fucking terrible for this game. It kind of feels like it's a little bit like BitLife, without the full ability to do whatever the fuck you want. It's really just like a pick a path. A game randomly rolls your character at the start, your attractiveness, your intelligence, your physical capability. And I don't think you ever actually get to see that stuff, but it just happens in the background. So in the background, your character's a hot, scrawny idiot, or whatever the fuck it's going to be. And if we're at the game, you make choices, and you say, hey, this thing happens, you pick A, B, or C. You live or you die. That's essentially it. But it is, I think it's very much should be the first life sim, unless, let's see when Little Computer People came out. Computer People. 95. So Little Computer People, I guess, actually the voiced. Little Computer People was what inspired The Sims. Which was just a fishbowl. It wasn't even like interactive at all, really. You could kind of say, do this, do that, but it was really, really basic. I wonder if there's any videos of Little Computer People. Just to, like... Okay. There must be. Somebody must have uploaded something of it. Anyone's only done the, yeah, Amiga Vision. Amiga Vision's way prettier. God, it's such an ugly game. So this is... Oh. The original Life Sim. And that game we're going to be playing looks way worse than this. It's got no graphics at all. But yeah, this is the voiced. I don't know what they're going to show for this. It's a long play, so it's just footage, but I don't know what they're actually going to show for it. This came in 1980. The original came in 1985. I don't know if this is the Amiga version, wherever this came out at the same time. I fucking love the old games. Well, you could tell them what to do, so I don't know if it's going to show it. It doesn't look like it's going to show it at all. But you could type and say, play the piano. You'd go up and play the piano. Go watch TV, and you'd watch TV and stuff like that. He would write you letters here, like talk about how his day's going. Be like, hey, the game would know your name. So it'd be like, hey, Chris, loving life in the house. At some point, oh, actually, it's going to happen here. I play this piano. Oh, did it already happen? Okay, the dog's there. The dog doesn't always come straight, but see, the dog's not there now. Summon the Sorcerer is going to happen. That's one of the ones I wanted to do. I've downloaded it. I own a copy of it, but I want to download the remastered version. This is where it happens. 10 minutes in. I don't know what... The sound didn't play. But there should have been a doorbell noise when he nodded. Discworld games, I've got the box version of the first one. I want to get the second one really bad. The second one's way better. The second one's like still a gorgeous game. Really, really pretty game. I just want to see if like a note didn't hear it. So you saw him nod at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Summon Sorcerer remaster because they re-released on Steam for the 20th anniversary or something. So he nods. No, the doorbell didn't make a noise. The doorbell should have made a noise there, which for whatever reason didn't. And he goes and gets the new dog. I probably do have the files for Discworld. You would have to play it on Scum. But yeah, the Simon Sorcerer remakes are all, they don't even remakes, they're just like slightly upscaled. Selling you a vaguely upscaled game for twice the price. Good deal. Oh no, I misinterpreted that completely. So the thing I liked about this game, because I played this originally, there was a gimmick about it. It was sold like completely like as if this was real. And the whole thing with the floppy disk that you got with it, because it was floppies back then, wasn't that it was a game. The whole concept was inside your computer, there's millions of little people living in it. They just got nowhere to actually live. They've got no houses. They've got nowhere to stay. Anything like that. The floppy disk only contained the house. So his walking around was him checking out the house. Like, ooh, I don't know about this house. And eventually he would check it out enough, which took him 10 minutes. And he'd nod and go, oh yeah, I love that. It was such a cool concept. It was sold as a house on a floppy disk, and it wasn't, the whole gimmick wasn't that it was this. It was just the house was on the disc, which I thought was sick. Yeah, now his dog's moved. It's all random as well. Like every time you, I don't know how you reset it, because once you started, and every time you started the game, it would be this character, this dog. Little bugs out. Exactly. It was a cute thing, but yeah, every time you started, it would start a new game, it randomly generates, so it wouldn't be the same guy, wouldn't be the same dog. You'd get different ones each time. Oh yeah, there we go. He's typed it at the start. Please build a fire. Where is the fireplace? That still works. Is there even a fireplace? Oh, down at the bottom. God, I'm blind. There's a few that I've removed and a few that I need to remove. That one's going to say because that's sort of funny. But there's a few I need to remove because they're just old and like old references and stuff I just don't even remember where it came from. Like there's a ton of stuff that I'm just like, I do not remember what it means. Like that one. It's I guess we remember short, but she pops in very briefly. She pops in for like not really. We were talking about them last stream, whenever that was. We sort of mentioned them, but I don't really have them. The chat's dead. The group chat we had hasn't been active. Maybe a year. But in terms of like Annie, haven't heard from her in probably a year. any of the other guys. I haven't heard from them in the same sort of period of time. Tay messaged me maybe 3 days ago, 4 days ago. But like, we're not talking. We're just like, she'll sort of like send me a message and that'll be it. I'll be like, the one message and then nothing for like 3 months or something like that. It's just like real quiet. But that's about it. Like, I haven't heard from anybody else. I think the sort of group chat, unless they start a new one without me, also possible. I'm not gonna be upset if they did. Yeah, 100%. We'll move on, do different things. How you doing anyway, Assad? Good to see you. Seeing what they're gonna do. Yeah, they talk on the phone. I don't remember what the computer does, but I know somehow the typewriter can disappear, and he pulls out like card games here, and we can play cards against them. Probably. I was like, did the computer do anything good? I don't remember, but yeah, probably just whacks it. Oh yeah, he's building the fire. Oh, what else is he getting? Good point. Internet is for porn. They did a whole musical about it. Oh, nothing. He just popped outside for a bit. It's fed his dog. I'm just curious to watch his TV. I just want to see if he does anything interesting. Play a game. So yeah, he's going to. How does he get rid of the typewriter? I know he's just getting. Oh, he does it downstairs. I always thought it was upstairs, but I guess I'm wrong. And thanks. I need to redo it a little bit. I want to sort of like random colors to it. But we'll figure it out when we cross that line. Anyway, we're going to play that game. I was just curious. I want to see if I can play blackjack. You play blackjack, poker, and just hangman, I think. The only thing I want to see is him typing a letter. And that's it. Then we'll play the actual game. Yeah, oh. There's more. Anagrams, war, poker, blackjack, word puzzles. Which I think word puzzles is just hangman. Oh, word puzzle. I have no idea. It's been a long time since I played this. I just want to see if he types a letter, because I just wanted to show that bit. And that was always what I thought was the coolest, weirdly the coolest bit in the whole game. He's trying to play games again. That would always annoy me. Because obviously the character has its own free will other than you being able to tell him what to do. But he would constantly ask to play games. And if you ignore me, like, knocks on the screen, which was always kind of cool as well. Like, boom, boom, boom. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Like, I don't want to play fucking poker. Leave me alone. Demand attention. But yeah. Doing a scroll for, I don't see him do the letter. Which is kind of poo that they captured everything but that. I never asked him to type a letter. Yeah, it was just a part I always sort of liked, because it was your only way to sort of get insight to this character. Here they'll talk about like, I'm enjoying life inside your house. Thank you for having me. The dog's loving it too, and you find out the dog's name, which always was probably Rover or Spot or the Fido or the generic names. Ever played Jones in the Past? We played that on stream, and it's a fucking sick game. We've legit played that on stream before. I wanted to do it at some point, You will play it once, but it's still installed. It's still actually installed on this machine. I sort of wanted to do the idea of, I just don't know how to do it. We'd have to have chat really, really active. Of me controlling a character and the chat controlling a character, and chat saying what they want to do with each round. But we'd have to have chat like speedily active to do it. Otherwise it'd just be like so long. Fantasy Guy Japan, but I don't own a physical copy. It's one of the games I don't have a physical copy for Sierra games. I want to own, like, my goal for my collection, and at some point I'm just going to like cull everything excess, but I just want to own all the Sierra games, all the LucasArts games, and then everything else can fuck off. And I sort of have a bunch of stuff there that's not part of that. Ooh, why is it not capturing? Oh, it is capturing. It's just very different on the big screen than it is mine. Is there a different way to capture this fucking thing? DOSBox is such a ball ache to capture. The only other way I can think of doing it is this. That sort of works. Kind of like your Moonstone. Moonstone was sick. I think we talked about Moonstone before. Moonstone was really fun. I remember glitching it. Only way I ever won it was, for whatever reason, the game glitched on me, and unless the characters... So Moonstone, because I, in case people were lurking like Assad, was... There were 4 different knights. Like Sir Arthur, Sir Galahad, Sir Bullbag, Sir Penis Head. And you're all sort of contending to uncover the Moonstones, and they're hidden across different places on the map. So the different places on the map where you had to fight different monsters. And when you defeat a monster, you open a chest and there'd be something in it with like potions, a bigger sword. And sometimes there are Moonstones, and there are 4 Moonstones. And once you unlock the Moonstones, you could get the power to defeat the dragon. And if you're playing, you can play up to 4 players. Every so person could play one of the knights, or 3 players, 2 players, whatever. But all the time, all 4 knights would be active. So it'd either be 4 real people controlling them, or however many people and computer controlling them. And the computer would still contend to do the same thing. They would move around the map and try to get the Moonstones so it could defeat the dragon. But yeah, one of the times I defeated one of the player characters, or computer characters. The mud monsters were the worst ones, because they would just pop out of nowhere and just like defeat you in one. They had a bunch of monsters, and they're all like different, varying levels of difficulty. One of those mud monsters that would just like jump out, grab you, and kill you instantly. It's super violent for the time as well. But yeah, one of the times I defeated one of the computer-controlled characters, and they had all the Moonstones on there. I was like, what the fuck? Like, did the game just bug out of me? So I was able to like just win it right then there. But it's the only time I've ever been able to actually beat the game, because it's a fucking difficult game. What's our name? Our name is Bullbag. We're not gonna play. Hey Pete. Hey Pete. Sorry, I just think of Hey Steve from Homestar. My brain got distracted. Lovely to see you, Pete. What are we going to call ourselves? So that introduce this game. This is, I guess, the second live name is Kendrick. Kendrick. This is probably the second live stream. The video we were watching before was the first ever live stream. This is probably the second. It was developed with a psychologist who apparently wrote the whole game, and Howdy Palmer. Oh, hoi, hoi. I mean, howdy. I'll steal my own gimmick. And it's just a life sim from stage birth to wherever you die, I guess. You die of old age, you die of falling off a rock as a kid because you climbed up trying to hang out with the cool kids and you weren't strong enough. That's legit one of the things that can happen. And yeah, it's just you get choices along the way. So, well, actually, just go through it. Personality development profile. Oh, that's how you get the background stuff. So let's do our own personality. I'll probably try to answer these questions honestly. Well, we did play Oregon Trail, and I think Sammy died of dysentery, not cholera, dysentery. Pete died, but the game didn't save, so he technically came back to life. Pete got swept away. But for whatever reason, that didn't save, and next time I started the game to carry on, Pete was back. I'm likely to speak whatever comes to my mind. True. I'm a light sleeper who stirs at even the slightest sound. I'm honestly like very, very different. I can sort of change each time. We'll say false. Revenge is sweet. Absolutely true. I often feel slow, tired, and down in the dumps. I mean, absolutely true. Jesus, tell me it was Pete Palmo, Sammy, and me. And I think it was really difficult because I think Sammy was our best character. Like, she had the ability to negotiate. No, I think I could negotiate, but I was useless at everything else. I think Sammy had like the best hunting and best repair skills. So as soon as we lost Sammy, we were sort of like a bit screwed a little bit. But we bulked up Pete to be the hunter and then Palmer to be the repairer, I think, in the end. I can't remember. It's like a vague. Important part of every job is knowing whom to impress. True. I'm fascinated by car accidents and other disaster scenes. Also true. People who know me best like me as a person. No, absolutely false. I'm extremely sensitive to criticism. False. I know what Pete's laughing at. I get nervous when performing in front of people. That's absolutely true. I'm terrified right now, drenched in sweat and jizz. People around me seem happier than I do. Oh, do they? When I see... I've changed Nightbot. Hey, Roy as well. Everybody's here. How bad has Nightbot been? Nightbot's been not too bad. Okay. Well, I jinxed that. I changed it legit again. I don't know what the fuck to change it to. It's like massive amounts of minutes. I'm actually the same, in all fairness. I'm legitimately the same, Palmer. To the point where I'll put it as false. Like, I am 100% this. So that's why I sort of am good. I was going to say good at my job. I'm currently unemployed. Yeah, I think that's fair. But yeah, I think that's fair. It's one of those things where if you ask me to talk to somebody one-on-one, and I guess even Pete can validate this because he's met me, I'm fucking useless. As soon as you got me like one-on-one, but put me on stage, put me in front of hundreds of people. I was gonna say, have I ever been in front of thousands? No. Been in front of hundreds? Piece of piss. Fuck off, Nightbot. I've legit edited the Nightbot to be way worse. Yeah, I totally get it. Totally get it. Actually, one touch wet paint signs. That's true. We did perform well. That's because I just told myself that it was 100 people bathroom, and I had 100 people who were watching us blow each other in there. When I become ill, I'm short-tempered and snap people. I'm honestly not. When I'm ill, I'm just like want to be left alone, and not in sort of a short-tempered way. I'm just like, I'm good. Just shush, please. I'm not really short-tempered. What do you mean? I'm a smoking group of people with problems you don't have. I'm That's where I think I struggle the most with it, and I probably do, but I just don't think of myself as interesting. I'm like, I probably have a story. I probably have what's it probably, um, like all that stuff. Like, I probably have good stories. I probably have an interesting life. But like in my mind, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Important manners. I usually follow my parents' advice. Nope, absolutely not. Uh, it is possible that we live in a world where people can watch our. The irony of this game is from 1986. Um, and the irony of this comment uh in today. It is possible that we live in a world where people watch our every move. Well, hi, hi, people. We're gonna say true to that. When I'm in a quiet place, I get the urge to scream. I used to. I used to be one of those people who was in a quiet place. I hated quiet. I still kind of do hate quietness. I guess it's just times have changed. I've got 100-year-old me and a 100-year-old pal. I mean, just the fact that we have like mobile phones that can distract us now and all that stuff. Probably don't need anymore. It's okay to tell a white lie if it's guaranteed to bring great personal gain. I mean, that's true. It is a great way to go. Hell yeah. I'm guessing you're saying hell yes, that question. Yeah, like a white lies are meant to be the one that like really, really minor, right? That's what a white lie is like. Of course, I floss every day. It's like, something really insignificant. It's not like I, of course, know how to perform surgery, and then your friends do surgery and kill someone. It's often pointless to try and discuss problems with other people. I'm going to say false. I guess technically my career is about doing that. I'm easily embarrassed. Not so much these days. Again, I probably used to be really easily embarrassed. Is this game woke? No. I'm trying to think if there's anything specifically bad on it. It's been a long, long, long time since I played this. Because it's pretty woke. I'm trying to think if, because this is 1986, and obviously, fuck, that's nearly 40 years ago, which I have to try to avoid reminding myself. But yeah, I'm trying to be like, nothing in my head sticks out as particularly controversial in it. Children should be seen, and nothing sticks out as particularly woke. There's, I guess, sort of certain things that may be considered woke by some people, because there are a few scenes where you got to help others. You got to do things to help other people, which I imagine some people would call woke these days. False to that. God, this is actually way longer than I remember this quiz. I find it difficult to break the ice in a conversation with people I barely know. Absolutely. As you can tell, the what these questions are still going to do. So like that one's going to be like, if we said false to that, our character be a boost in confidence. We've got stats that are hidden the whole way through. And we sort of changed a little bit by the fact that we're saying we're okay with performing in front of people, but we're not okay with breaking the ice. My parents were strict disciplinarians. False. You can usually judge a person by first impressions. Absolutely false. One way of getting people to treat you fairly is take an aggressive stance and make them win you over. That's a Republican way of thinking. Oh, yeah, so it's going to reverse everything you say. Probably true. I don't know what it does, actually. I think it's actually that impacts your ability to lie, because that's a skill as well that's sort of hidden in this. I'm only remembering because one of the scenes early on, which we'll see quite soon, because as I say, you live from childhood to adulthood, or to old age, or whenever you inevitably die. You can die as a kid because you fucking, as I say, legit. One of them is, if our character is not athletic enough, one of the scenes we get is like, all the cool kids are at the beach playing on top of this giant rock. Do you want to go join them? If we're not athletic enough, we go, yes. We try to climb up and we fall off and we die. Like, legitimately, that's one of the ways to die really, really, really in the game. But one of the other ones is, early on, is like you stole a cookie from the cookie jar. And your mum's like, did you take the cookie? And you can obviously choose to lie or not. And I think if you're good at lying, your mum believes you and blames your dad for it or something like that. She's like, you stole the cookie. Little Hendrik, he will never lie. So your dad gets in trouble. I think there is a hidden, like all of the stats, I believe, are hidden. Other than like things like happiness, I think, and stuff like that are visible. Was it false? And I think questions like this are stupid and meaningless. Your mum and dad blamed your dad for everything? Oh, you mean in the game? No. This is made by a psychologist after all, Obama. I don't know. See, I don't know what saying true is going to do with this. That's the question I've got. It's like, if we slag it off? I'm going to say no. I'm going to start at the start. Welcome to birth and infancy. Every man is an architect of his own fortune. Salutus Gallius, speech to seas and estates, section 1. Power Please the Fifth, a psychological horror game. We should make that. That'd be amazing. You're in a warm, dark, comfortable place. This has been your place since you become aware that you're alive. It's almost time to enter a different world now. Also, obviously, as well, all of the choices you make impact on your character. So the ability to lie. If we lie more often, you become better at lying. If you do more athletic things more often, you become more athletic. If you, whatever. If you socialize more often, become more social, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Ah, oops. I didn't mean to escape there. We missed that one. That was obviously you being born. The fetus fighting. Right? I pressed the wrong button. I pressed escape because I wanted to take a look at these things. These are your stats. And if you press escape, it's an old game. Bugged out. We missed our first one. A woman walks into a room holding a blanket and a bottle of warm white liquid. It's gins. Also, the game's a bit dumb in some ways. This is a thing I just remember now. If we do like happy and cry, I think the game will be like, that makes no sense. There you go. How can these two choices possibly go together? I'll let you go back and try a more sensible set of responses. For now, but let me warn you, choosing responses without thinking about them first may be interpreted as a sign of poor judgment. People with poor judgment usually wind up having difficult lives. Please try again. Happy coup. Nothing like a warm bottle and a quick hug from Mum to get a kid ready to face the world. She walks towards you with a bottle, she sees you smiling, and interprets it as a sign as you want to play with her. She picks you up and holds you for 10 minutes. This presents you with quite a dilemma. Keep making noises. Having to delay being fed is uncomfortable, but you're beginning to learn how important human contact is for survival. Your overall stress level increases, but you score socially you score a big plus. Yeah, this is. So we're 3 months old. Our name is Hendrik. We've got no relationship status, no occupation. Bum. We've got 72% with our family. 59% intellect, 53% social, physical, and 76% social, 50% vocational, calm, relatively calm, not confident, pretty expressive, pretty gentle. Happiness is low. Thoughtfulness is middling. Trustworthiness, as I said, we've chosen to be a liar from this first question. We have $303 in our life savings, or whatever you call it that parents have for their kids when they start off life. And all of these symbols, you don't need to do everything. Obviously, the further you go up, the more technically old you're meant to be. All of them symbolize things. So that's hard as like relationship, like, you know, I think I mentioned this before. Like hard is both romantic, but sort of like deep relationships. This is intellect, social. I can't remember what that is. The coat of arms. I think that's health, obviously. But yeah, I don't remember what that is. We'll get to it. You don't have many skills yet. As a matter of fact, life is pretty boring. Let's just look around. We're a bit grumpy, but we'll look around a little bit. You feel like you're going stir crazy. I can just imagine this room is filled with bright colors, but you have trouble focusing on any of them. Well, calm down a bit. We don't want to be too grumpy. Remarkable baby. Keeping calm can be very difficult, but if you start practicing this early, you'll sure be able to avoid ulcers later on. Good advice. We're going to remain awake, though. We're not going to go to sleep. We don't want to go to sleep. We want to stay awake. You should really try to get some sleep. Infants need a lot of sleep. Can I take a nap? No, we want to stay up. Overactivity at early, even at early age can be a bad sign. Please try to get some rest. We got an error. The game bugged out. I think we might encounter that occasionally. Hopefully we don't. And hopefully that hasn't screwed up things a bit later on. We'll find out. Yeah, go to sleep. Just stay asleep. Don't cause trouble. Shut up. Sit down. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. I remember that one being different in terms of if you stay awake, you can learn how to focus on things, and that's like a different skill you can build there. It's literally doing it there. It's giving me another opportunity. We didn't lose it. We would quietly look around. Hey, we got a different one this time. You look around and see a large blur about 11 inches away from your eye. Every once in a while, it moves. Hey, wait a minute. Just as you had that thought again, it moves again. Keep looking. Congratulations! You found your hand. This may not seem much as a big discovery, but it is. You'll learn how to control your hands as part of childhood, and then you'll start wanking non-stop as part of childhood development. When you're an adolescent, okay, well, there you go. When you're an adolescent, those hands are going to get you into a bit of trouble because it requires a different kind of hand control. The game actually made a wanking joke. Hey, so you do get wins. We discovered our hands, you got a fresh band. It all works out. I do like the fact that the game did make a wanking joke. It's like, hey, when you make adolescents, you'll be using their hands non-stop. Lying on your stomach in the crib, you notice an interesting object arm's distance away. It has a round shape at the top and a ring at the bottom. We'll try to get to a determination. We'll use that determination. You have the fighting spirit of your Uncle Bill. You sneak and crawl on your belly like a combat soldier, heading into battle. You reach your destination, grasp the bridle confidently, and draw on it with victory. Intellectual sphere shows a marked increase. Do we keep drawing on it? Do we shake it? Do we go yell? I say we yell. We're excited. We did it. We got what we wanted. This stimulates vocal cords and language centers in your brain. Good language skills are essential to development. Intellectual speed increases. If no one was looking, give a little yell yourself for choosing this option. We did do it. Good. I gave you extra social points for being a good sport. There's little bits and pieces I remember from this, but as you can tell, looking at how many fucking options there are, I'm not going to even be coming close to remembering the whole game. Like this is just infancy. It's also not like you have to climb all the way to the top to finish. It's once you do enough in life, it will take over. So you think even for infancy, we don't have to do every single one of these. I think it will take over probably if we keep going, maybe about there, if not even earlier. But we'll work our way up a little bit, and then we'll start sort of picking and choosing. You're lying on the floor in a big room on a soft, furry blanket. You're on your back staring in shadows that sometimes creep across the ceiling. Every so often, Mum or Dad passes by and makes a funny face. Hands grip in all directions and feet pat on the floor gently, almost as out of your control. Make an O shape with our mouth. You pucker your cheeks in and out and take short, quick breaths. Skin on your face feels alternatively tight and loose. Person walks by and twirls their fingers at you. Or move our face back and or motorboat them. Your first smile, an important event. Your parents stand over you mesmerized as you practice your new skill. We'll skip to this one because I just want to see what this is. It's time to go down to Lucy's house. It's chilly outside. You need to get dressed in a coverall type suit. Ugh. I don't want to. We're going to be playful. We're going to resist playfully. It's not all about being a good boy. This may be the beginning of a passive-aggressive personality trait. This means you're displaying a holistic response, disguising as something that doesn't appear outwardly directly hostile. People will resent you for this. Your grandma steps in to give your mother a hand. Of course, what do kids always do? They always cooperate for the grandparents because they know grandparents have candy. We want that candy. Grandma is calm, unlike your mum, who is currently at her wit's end. You're learning early in life that no one can supply an endless amount of goodies that Grandma can. Your arms and legs pop out of the suit like first flowers of spring, which secretly annoys your mum, who feels incompetent. We're probably ruining our relationship with our family there, but I say, Grandma has candy. We want that candy. We're back in our crib. You're in our crib, lying down in your crib and greeted by a nosy neighbor who is a child just around your age. Neighbor says, "My, look at that funny little nose." Turns to your mother. "Don't worry, dear. I hear the nose is the last thing that looks really human," as she picks you up. I think we did say we like revenge. Just pointing it out there. Angry revenge will collect a mouthful of drool. A nice puddle of saliva has formed on the inside of your mouth. Open your mouth and drool on neighbor. Splash! A gooey stream showers your neighbor's face and hands, while you give her a glassy-eyed smile. She places you back in the crib and excuses herself. I don't think that's probably going to do wonders for us. You realize parenting is more complicated. Well, you're lying down in your crib while your mother and dad are speaking in the other room. You hear their voices deep and muffled from beyond the door. Why aren't they paying attention to you? We're gonna yell at them. We're gonna make happy noises to go. Positive happy noises are sure to bring rewards in the form of attention. To be fair, honestly, probably both would work. Imagine if we're crying, we'd bring food. We would have got food. which possibly, because we haven't been fed much, which was possibly going to impact our strength or whatever it was, physical skill. Positive happy noises are sure to bring rewards in the form of attention from parents. You make a variety of noises using your mouth, lips, and saliva. You make them over and over again. Suddenly your mum comes in. No, keep making noises. She came in. Makes sense to keep going. Never give up. Never surrender. This brings your mum closer to you. She smiles at you. This makes you feel very, very excited. You pound your hands up and down on the crib mattress. Move your feet like a little person riding a bicycle, or like a person like riding a bicycle. You begin to notice that your sounds and movement create responses from others. Obviously, that's really pushing us to keep making sounds. It's like, sounds make people pay attention to you. Yeah, okay, we'll make sounds then. Your mum hears this combination, gets excited. This causes you to say it over and over again. Mum is reinforcing this combination of sounds with attention, and reinforcing her attention with the sound keeps her close to you. This marks the beginning. I need the beginning of my language development. Jesus. Marks the beginning of language development. It's a very significant moment in life. Intellectual, emotional, and social spheres increase. Most of the time, the game won't point out this that your spheres are increasing. And in fact, we probably had decreases. As I said, like we haven't been fed, so we've possibly seen a decrease in physical. No, physical's alright. Familial, relatively okay. Intellectual's really high. Physical's middling, but it's not bad. Social is very good. Vocational's obviously not going to change until later on. It's just neutral because we're a baby. We've got no vocational fucking life to have. Calmness is pretty good. Confidence, middling. Expressiveness, pretty good. Gentleness. Happiness is okay, but still very untrustworthy. And probably spitting up on a neighbor didn't help too much either. We got really high intellect. So we probably don't need to focus on intellect too much. As I said, these ones will primarily impact intellect. These will be like happy, relationships, social, those are things, familial. Those are directly social. Those are pretty much directly physical. But as you can imagine, there'll be crossovers with those as well. Like they're physical. The more physical we are, obviously, the more happy we can tend to be. So there's a bit of crossover there. You've just awakened from a nice long nap. Mum comes in the room and wants to hold you. I mean, we've just woken up, so we'll kind of give a sleepy smile. It's a dog's life, isn't it? Nothing to do all day except eat and sleep and wonder what life will be like when you're older. Does life really change it too? Mum's coming closer. Well, of course, pay attention. We're not going to be a shithead. We're not going to be a complete brain and be like, Mum comes to hug us, and we're just like, no, no, don't want it. Very good. Eye contact with your caretaker is very reinforcing. Is very reinforcing to them. Parents often mistaken think that it's children who need all the attention. Believe me, parents want it too. Your eye contact makes her smile. Social and emotional spheres are increasing. I mean, both probably will have a positive, right? If we just smile back, so it's going to boost social and emotional. But is it going to, if we just go like, oh, Nancy, I want to carry on napping, that, honestly. What do become sleepy? Too tired to interact now? That's understandable. Oh well. You did however, pass up the opportunity for a rewarding social and emotional interaction. Oh well. Guess we're idiots then. Mum and Dad are entertaining some friends. You're minding your own business, sitting quietly in a corner. Suddenly a man with a big nose and a shiny head puts his face right up on yours and says something in a loud voice. This is the one I remember. I didn't remember the previous one, for example. I haven't remembered any of them other than the talking, saying mama. and then the start. But I don't remember anything about it other than the start as being literally born. Bugger. I remember what it is. The twist is that's a dog. It's not actually a man. The thing comes to you and licks you. It carries on like as if it's a man for a while. It's like the man starts licking you, and you're like, "What the fuck?" It's like, no, it's a dog. Having the knowledge is fucked be there. You're sitting in your high chair eating your lunch, which consists of crackers, strained peas, and a mug of milk. You're learning to eat with utensils. This sounds difficult. Can we just go back to eating with hands or having mum feed us? That sounds very, very horrible. Pick up the Super Duck plastic drinking cup. First, you put the back end with the spoon in your mouth, and then lift the cup with both hands, trying to blow through the spoon as if it were a straw. Nothing happens. We'll find something else to do. Strain presents look interesting. You can give them a little nom. The terrible physical stress increases slightly. Unfortunately, your mum feeds you the rest. Bet. While being taken to park, your dad meets an old colleague, old college buddy, who's wheeling a baby about your age. As the two dads talk, you begin to eye the baby from the average cab of a carriage. We'll say hello. A baby. You wonder if it has all the same parts as you. We'll be polite. We'll shake hands. The baby touches you back. You're exploring your environment and learning about one another. This causes your intellectual and social spheres to increase. You seem to have found. You seem to like another. You made your first friend. This baby's doing better than I am. It's got a single friend. Little prick. Can we just kill this kid off now? Up until this point, Weasley Wabbit, your stuffed toy, has been one of your best friends. You take him everywhere with you, but he's beginning to get on in years. One of his ears is torn off, and his recent eye surgery has made his face look a little lopsided. It suggested that Weasley should be retired. You wake up one day and discover Weasley's been moved from the place where you last spotted him. Mum? You confront your mum with the fact that Weasley is not in the spot where he last was deposited. She claims to have not seen him either. Mum. Wisely you persist. This time she tells you that Weasley left because he wanted to be with his friends who are more like him. She tells you next week you have a brand new visitor and a brand new friend who will be just as nice as Weasley. You are? What do you mean, Mum? Bravo! Don't fall for that line of bull. Parents are great at fabricating stories like this when they make mistakes. You will not be able to get your Weasley Wabbit back, but your intellectual and perseverance in this situation has made it harder for your parents to tell made-up stories to cover up their mistakes. You're alone in the kitchen, begin exploring the closets and the refrigerator. We're definitely not going to fucking move to the pantry. Like, that's 100% going to be coated with poison. So we're definitely not going to do that fucking mistake. Oh, what are we going to do? We're going to be adventurous. We're going to be determined. We want that orange juice. So what's the refrigerator? I wonder if you're strong enough to open the refrigerator. You pull on the long handle and the door swings open. Hitting you in the head, this produces a nasty... Oh, shit. We knocked ourselves up. Oh. I guess if we continue, that will... So having too much knowledge of this game is making me overthink. I don't know what happens here. I'll genuinely say I don't remember this. I was sort of thinking, like, does Cry help our physical because we're like, Mum, we hurt ourselves, and she's like, attends to it. But we'll like lower calmness. I don't know. I don't want to fuck on the physical because I want to die like really young. We're going to continue exploring. We want that orange juice. Ouch, it really hurts. But look at all that smooth jars and shiny bottles. There's several delicious looking things within reach. A full can of whipped cream, a jar of red cherries, a jar of mayonnaise, a bottle of red hot chili sauce. Well, we're not going to be an idiot. We're not going to take the red hot chili sauce. That's a fucking terrible idea. We're going definitely. Ooh. We'll do the whipped cream. I just realized the cherries were what I instinctively wanted to go for. But, we can review. It's a jar. We're going to fucking drop that and cut ourselves, aren't we? The game ain't going to be kind to us. Oh, fuck it. It was my first instinct. I'm not going to overthink this. We're not going to be dumb. We will actually play this as if I first thought. I wanted cherries. I saw cherries. I wanted cherries. We're going to take those. Actually, I wanted orange juice, but it's not an option. Yeah. I knew that was going to be the thing. You're too small to turn the cap on the jar of cherries. It slips through your fingers and falls to the floor, shattering into small pieces. Cherries leak out in a sticky stream. You touch one of them and cut your finger on a piece of glass. Physically, you're a mess. Your head hurts, your fingers bleeding. You cry and your mother comes into the kitchen. She tends to your wounds and then sends you in the corner for being bad. I wanted those cherries, alright? Our physical's still not too bad. Our happiness isn't great, but our physicalness isn't too bad. It's announced that it's announced to you during a heart-to-heart. God, I can't read this. It's announced to you during a heart-to-heart talk that it's time for you to give up the bottle and drink from the glass like a big boy. I don't mind drinking. I don't mind losing the bottle. I just want my Super Duck, whatever the fuck it was called, sippy cup. Mighty Duck, whatever it was. The Mighty Duck sippy cup. Give me my sippy cup. Will be a good boy. Mum understands how difficult it can be to let go of an old friend and appreciates the effort. Appreciates your effort. She's the box for you. Well, we weren't upset, so we can't say remain upset and open it. We got a sippy cup. Super Duck sippy cup. Yes! Oh boy, a plastic Super Duck drinking cup with bendable straw. Look at this. It even has your name on it. Mum tells you Super Duck wrote it there himself. Mum's laying on a bit thick at the moment. I mean, again, she knew she fucked up. She got rid of our bottle. She loved. Always had juice in it. Always had milk. Milk and juice was our favorite. No. But to give that up, fucking sippy cup. You're a guest at your friend Billy's house. His mum gives you both a box of crayon and 2 pieces of paper. I mean, we're gonna be a fucking artiste. You're behaving yourself very nicely so far. You draw a pretty picture. Oh. See, again, and this is not me overthinking this. This is me thinking this in terms of what I would do, and, you know, the best way to get treats is, we said at the start, in fact, when we did the list of knowing how to be successful is knowing who to impress. Not how to impress, not what to do, but who to impress. And I said, if we give a thing to Billy's mum, she may very well give us some lollies. Or a chocolate chip cookie or something. Some lemonade. Possibilities are endless. A very strong sign of developing social etiquette. Emily Post would certainly approve. I wanted a present. I would have gone to Mum if I knew I wouldn't be getting anything out of it. Jesus. Rude. We'll carry on this. We'll skip intellect for now, because I think we are very high on intellect still. Yeah, like, we're basically a baby genius. We're just fucking useless in every other way. We're 1 year and 6 months old. Trustworthiness is terrible. Happiness is pretty bad. I mean, we did smash our head open and cut ourselves, so, you know. You're in a large department store waiting in line. There's extremely well endowed, as in Tubby, woman standing in front of you. She smiles. Ooh, do you want to give us a little teaser? Um, I'll be looking for it. I just was sort of thinking what I'll be doing. I doing some house cleaning stuff, so I'll have it on. Might not necessarily be chatting, but I'll definitely have it on. I'm only going to pop up for one thing today, which is to take some stuff to the store to get rid of. So I won't be there during that point, but for the rest of it, yeah. Ooh, something new at the end. Will definitely be there at the end. I said I would just be looking for majority of it, other than disappearing. To drop some stuff at the store. And just culling a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff is getting culled at the moment. Took like 3 large sacks full of shit to the op shop. Not yesterday, the day before. So it's just like loads of stuff's getting got rid of. And done like a big cull on my record collection, so I'm taking it into the record store. So he can sell them. Like I'm taking them to say, do you want any of these to sell? Plus, he sells vintage games. By vintage, I mean like tragically, like it's now vintage PS3, Xbox 360. He sells a lot of those. So I'm just taking some of those for him to sell as well. Just to kind of like, I don't need all of these fucking 360 games anymore. Your enlarged apartment, so blah blah blah. She smiles. Looks like she may be an interesting person to talk to. Well, we want to boost. Well, we are quite social, aren't we? But we'll still be relatively social. We want to constantly remind ourselves that we're tough. What questions would you like to ask her? Do you have a husband? Do you have a doggy? Mummy says Daddy has a thick skull. Do you? I tried very hard to pinch a penny like Aunt Edna, but I couldn't. Can you? We'll say, do you have a husband? She tells you that she does have a husband. Oh. I thought we'd be able to do more. That's why I said that. Like, I legit was like, surely we'll be able to be like, do you have a husband? I do. Do you have a doggy? I don't have a doggy, but I have a cat. Why is that working? Oh, so this is gonna be like us. We're so untrustworthy. Do we want to carry on life as a filthy liar? You're alone in your parents' bedroom. There's a shiny silver quarter on the table. I wonder if you can do, because you can. I'm afraid this game is going to do one of those things where it does like not necessarily it makes sense within the game. The game thinks it makes sense. Is what I'm trying to say. Where my path of logic says it still can make sense. If you could honestly take the quarter and go, Mum, look what I found, and being honest, you know what I mean? But is the game going to be like, what do you mean honestly take the quarter? Like we're currently 1, maybe 2 years old. Like it's still, look, that's not dishonest. Let's just go, I found something. Well, honestly take the quarter, see what happens. Yeah, okay. We'll leave it alone. The only thing I wonder about the dishonest thing, if we go down that pathway, is can we get a boost to honesty by coming clean from it? And I want to boost our trustworthiness. It's fucking dog shit. We're a very untrustworthy Babsky. Oh, okay, there we go. This did boost our trustworthiness. This might have been a tough decision for you. At your age, even sometimes in adulthood, honesty is often less clear cut than clear cut. You might have figured that you had nothing to gain by stealing a quarter. You were right about that. I mean, true. We also, as I said, we're only a Babsky. What are we going to do with the quarter other than eat it? That could have been delicious. Damn it, we could have eaten the quarter. Damn it, guys. Sorry. Could have eaten a delicious quarter. Daddy says it's time to go to bed. I think this must be physical, right? The coat of arms. Will be, but we do want to step a little bit longer. Every kid does that. That must make sense because every kid in the world has done this. I remember doing it. I still do it. Dad explains how tired you are and what a busy day it'll be tomorrow. The same old line. He offers to carry you when you can get to the bedroom. When you get to the bedroom, you can. Well, of course, we'll ask for a bedtime story. I still want bedtime stories. I want one of you to read me a bedtime story. Daddy tells you the tale of the three bears. Heard one a million times before, but when he tells it, there's always something special. You fall asleep holding onto your dad's big finger. Aww. Parked outside a brewery. There's a few of them here. I haven't seen one for a while. I think somebody was selling one recently, but yeah, I see them, which I fucking love because spoilers for the top 10 podcast. But the Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time. But um, yeah, I love seeing them. Like I never get over seeing them at all. But yeah, there's a few people that have them here. There's a couple that do the sort of circuits of the anime conventions or geek conventions, or will do things like the brewery here. I mentioned Brewtown, which was formerly an industrial fucking thing, which has been turned into a mega brewery. That which in fact Moyne will know about. But they will often host events there, and the DeLoreans will turn up at there, so we'll have the breweries as well. Seen them relatively. I haven't seen them in a long time, but they're not uncommon. But again, I think what Moyne was talking about in the start of the stream before people hopped in, he was talking about Grounded 2 coming out, and like Grounded, the first game, it's one of the first games that made him feel like a kid for a long time. Back to the Future, which is the reason why I love it so much, is it's possible. It's not necessarily the one film, but it is the best film for making me feel like a kid again. Like it was on all the time when I was a kid. I watched it every time it was on. I remember at least once a year it'd be on. Saturday would be episode 1, and then next Saturday would be part 2. Next episode would be chapter 3. I was just deliberately trying to change the things. But I'd always be like, I want to be home in time to watch it. So it's massively nostalgic for me. And seeing DeLoreans in the wild, same effect. I'm just like, I'm a kid again. I love seeing it. It's the same when we saw the real Winnie the Pooh. It's like, I'm a kid. I'm a little kid again. Life is okay. It's not shit anymore. It's not going to crap. Same morning, Dad asked you to help with some chores. The Super Duck cartoon now. You want Super Duck? See, I don't want to be like too much of a kiss ass. I don't want to be like just helpful all the time. Like that's just unrealistic. Can we possibly tell Dad I want to watch cartoons? Because I don't want to be like crankly doing. I don't want to be like a little terror, but I do want to be just like I want to watch cartoons. You're already under the trance of the TV set. Dad tries to encourage you away from the TV. Does it work? I'm only going to say yes, because, again, we might get a toy or a reward. Always do something for a reward. Never do something for free. That's my life lesson. What a good... Sorry, I actually read this before I read out loud. What a good boy. Dad makes you feel really important. You use your own plastic tools to help him. As your reward, Dad takes out the big ball. He throws it at you, you close your eyes, and it bounces off your head. Clunk. Dad's a dickhead. That's the moral of the story. Never trust dads. All dads in the chat. Assholes. Cool. Cool. Sorry, I just had to check out that message. You're playing in the sandbox with your favorite toy. A larger, stronger child pulls it away from you and screams, "Mine!" We're gonna beat the shit out of this kid. The child seems much stronger than you. He puts 3 fingers on your mouth and tries to push you away. He's holding a metal toy above your head. Bite him. Ow! The other baby yells. You bit him hard. He drops your toy and runs off. Serves the little punk bitch right. Never fuck with Hendrik. That's what I say. Time to feed the fish. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Time to feed the fish. You pinch a small amount of fish food between your fingers and tap on the glass. There's no sign of Gabriella. Where is she? You put your hand on the fishbowl and look for Gabriella. She's stuck under a rock. She's stiff and her eyes are puffed out. I think she might be sick. Mum, what's wrong with Gabby? Gabby floats up on the surface from under the big grey rock. Her eyes seem very puffy, her body is stiff. Relieved she hasn't jumped out of the bowl. Mum stutters through the answers to your questions. She's uncomfortable and sad. Mum explains that Gabby can't swim anymore and says she's dead, that she's gone away. How can that be? She's right there. What is dead, you wonder? You're confused. Mummy says Gabby has to be taken out of the bowl. We're not going to keep Gabby in a box in our drawer. Even though Mummy has a sad face, you giggle at the thought of Gabby swimming in the bowl. Hey, Vanny, how you doing? Hope you're well. We are currently reliving our life, making all of the same mistakes we would have done. Playing the, I'm going to call it original life sim. We're still a little babsky, but we're going through life bit by bit. Before Sims, before Sims 2, I can't think of whatever life sims there are. Before Bit Life, there was Alter Ego. Even though Mum has a sad face, blah, blah, we read that. You wonder if she'll tickle you next time you go to the bathroom. It isn't real life, but you don't know what else to do. We've lost our first pet. We've come encounter with our first, I guess, encounter of mortality. You're eating at the house of one of your friend's parents. You were told by your mother to be on your best behavior. Something that you made at grade 8 has disagreed with you, and you now feel very sick. Do we call Mum, or do we... We're not going to ignore it or throw up. That's a terrible idea. Are we going to try to find a bathroom ourselves? I'm totally betting, and again, I don't actually remember this. I'm totally betting if we call Mum, she'll ignore us and we'll vomit on her. Or we'll just go up and go, Mum, blah, just vomit. We'll try to find a bathroom ourselves. It's a large, unfamiliar house. You find a room, but it's not a bathroom. If you get sick here, no one will not. Blah. Getting sick like this is difficult to hide. You discover that everyone feels sorry for you. The person who has to clean feels less sorry than everyone else, though. I mean, probably fair enough. You're still not completely familiar with using the toilet. It's still quite fascinating to you. You just finish and clean yourself like a big boy. We're going to flush the toilet paper down. Who hasn't done that? Whoosh! A long ribbon of the toilet paper spins and disappears into the bowl. I mean, let's do it again. That was fun. You put about 30 feet of toilet paper in the... Yes, I knew what was going to happen. Again, I read ahead. People were reading out loud. It's like, fuck, we're going to clog the toilet. Now, 30 feet of toilet paper off into the roll and flush it into the bowl. It fills up way to the top with water, and it comes rushing on the floor. As the water comes rushing out, Mum rushes in. You stand there looking at your mum with your index finger hooked into your bottom lip. The QC routine doesn't work. You're sent directly to your room. Damn. The phone. Oh. I keep reading ahead and going, this isn't going to end well. The phone rings while Daddy is ironing the shirt. He must leave you alone in the room with the iron. We are not fucking doing that. It was going to end horrifically badly. Like, even... I think I'm going to pretend. Oh, shit. Well, that backfired. Your dad realizes that you're alone with the hot iron. It calls you to him. You run to the room and trip up the iron cord. You fall to the floor and hot iron lands on your hands and arms. It hurts a lot. You're taken to the hospital. You suffer minor burns. Young skin heals quickly. You are very lucky. You know how fucking tough this game can be in terms of just like pick an option and you fucking dead. Just like, I wanted to play in the garden. And you're in the garden and a vulture comes, grabs you, takes you away. You are dead. Shit. How are we doing? That's but 2 years old, 4 months. Family is good. Intellect is good. Physical's pretty bad. Social is very good. Vocational is what's going to be until we hit teen years. Calmness is 72. Gentleness, not bad. Happiness, not great either. Everything else is okay other than health and happiness. Or physical and happiness. In which case we'll do this. Dad must get his teeth fixed. You must go with him to the dentist. Mum is busy at work. And see, this game is woke. You got a mum that works. This game is absolutely woke. First sign of wokeness. Actually kind of slightly impressive for 1986, having at very least a two-parent household working, or very least just mum working. Mum was busy at work and Dad couldn't find a sitter. You're sitting in the waiting room for a very long time. Dad must run out and put the money in the parking lot. He sits you on the floor and leaves you with a magazine to leaf through and tells you to behave. Well, we notice it being a good boy. We're not. We'll tear the pages out. I think they're probably not going to get too much of a shit if we do that. You walk over to the pile magazines and stand on a stand and reach out in the pile and pull out a magazine. Your coordination isn't terrific as you lift it. Table. Ooh. As you lift it on the table, the cover comes off with a loud rip. Lady spies you in the corner of her eye and gives you a dirty look. Blow her a kiss. What a little Romeo. Lady speaking. Come here, you little doll. And of course, it's the receptionist. We'll trust her. I don't think a receptionist is going to kidnap us. Your social sphere takes a wicked hop. You're all set to develop charm and grace that can really take you places. The lady gives you a nice thick piece of chocolate. Yum. Yum, yum. I need more, sound alerts. And I want to have that as one. It's the middle of the day and you're getting that heavy feeling in your stomach. I think it might be time to go to the potty. Your mum's not in the immediate vicinity. We are too. I mean, it's not going to be horrific if we shat ourselves at 2. We're going to be concerned and try to go find the bathroom ourselves. You run towards the bathroom, taking little steps, holding both hands at your rear end. You're determined. You reach the bathroom door and reach up to turn the knob. Small figures slide around a shiny chrome knob several times. It's difficult to get a good grasp. We've got to get through that door. We've got to take a shit. You finally grasp a knob and enter the toilet. Into the bathroom. The toilet bowl looms at you like a huge porcelain boat. We lift up. We'll put on our pants first. With great skill, you pull down your pants and underwear and socks in one clean motion. Why did we take our socks off? You lift up the lid and it keeps falling down. It's almost coming out. Better hurry because your pants are around your ankles and it's hard to move around. You finally get up in the bowl and deposit last night's remains of last night's ham with corn relish dinner and this morning's oatmeal and applesauce. You feel slightly depressed because you're letting part of yourself go. I think that's such a kid thing to do. I don't remember even doing it as a kid, but if it was such a kid thing to do, like, Mom, look, I did a poo. So we'll do that. Showing others what you've accomplished is a healthy thing to do, as long as you don't overdo it. Where did my vet go there? And become pretentious. I mean, look, we're on stream. Just saying. I'm about as pretentious as it gets. Don't judge me. Your mum makes a big fuss about what you've accomplished. She asks you to wave goodbye to the BMs. You mastered the art of self-control. Congratulations. We did it all without shitting ourselves. Yeah, I think hard is relationship stuff, but I was wondering if it's like healthy or physical as well. You walk into your bedroom, about to go to sleep. The dark shapes stare at you from every corner of the room. Headlights cast eerie shadows on the walls. You've heard that toad monster sneaks into little boys' rooms and hides under the bed. You can almost hear him breathing now, just like the story said. We're gonna be... I mean, we're a kid. We're gonna be realistic. We're gonna be scared and we're gonna hide. Hiding under the covers, all the sounds are magnified. Breathing sounds like the waves at the ocean. Your heart is pounding fast. Imagine that toad monster sitting up on your bed, just waiting for you to peek up so it can bite you in the face. Oh, take a peek. Is he there? Why can't we do that? Because we chose frightened? Well, nothing happened. You're playing outside on a warm, sunny day. I mean, we got trucks. We're going to play with trucks. One of your favorite games is to throw the trucks up in the air so they crash onto one another. One lands on top of you and scratches your forehead. And begins to bleed. Whom do you want to go to for help? Of course, we're going to Mum. You think Mum is more tender than Dad. She washes the cut carefully and doesn't mind that you cry a little when it stings. You haven't had a tetanus shot though. You must go to the doctor and get a painful shot. You suffer temporary painful discomfort. Mum and Dad have been, I wonder if this is the one. No, I don't think this is the one we can die. Mum and Dad have taken the family to the beach. Dad has fallen asleep on a blanket and Mum is body surfing on the waves. You're playing with a bucket and a shovel. Let's see what Dad's up to. You think of all the things that you could be doing with Dad if you were awake. And this doesn't work. And where's Mum? Mum's not around. You forgot to turn it on. It's making noises. Perhaps Dad wants to hear some music. Nah, we want to play in the sand. Chicken. Don't you know that kids with your age can get away with murder? On the positive side, Dad has a nice relaxing sleep. I thought we were going to do something else. I thought we were going to, like, bury him. That's what I was trying to aim for. Again, I don't remember this. Has a nice relaxing sleep, but it takes everyone to the movies later in the day. Everyone has fun. Trying to desperately, like, boost physical. Setting a large plate. This is one. This is the one I got confused with. See, this shows how little I remember the game. You're seeing a large place. A fairy man walks up to you. He's walking around you in circles. Make noises and talk to the fairy man. What are you up to? Yell over the fairy man. He walks over to you, makes a noise that sounds like woof, then sits on your leg. Grab him by the head. Say hello. You can bite a head with your 2 hands. Hey now, that man's licking you all over the face. Maybe says he's kissing you. Well, lick him back then. His nose is cold, his ears tickle your face, his breath that tastes he tastes very salty in his bad breath. Yeah, it's a dog. You're touching something smooth and shiny. You pat it a few times with your bare hands. We'll keep touching. It's flat and a little cool. Wait a minute. There's a baby in there. Who's that baby? It's me. I'm the baby. That's right. You're looking yourself in the mirror. Isn't that a beautiful baby? I mean, look at me. I am 6 on legs. Thank you. You're really quite stunning. You're developing a positive self-image. You passed through infancy. We're on to the next stage. You passed through infancy. Let's take a brief look at your life at this point. It shows the following. Your family life has been positive and nurturant, not nutrient. And as a result, you have begun to form a critical bonds that are important during this phase of life. Physically, you've not been a very healthy baby. Socially, during this, it's really bare minimum there. It's like, physically, you've been not great, but everything else. Socially, during this phase of life, nothing much is really expected of you. After all, you're still too much young for a successful cocktail party. And frankly, anyone who dribbles on himself probably wouldn't make a good ideal dinner guest. I mean, don't know, it determines what kind of party you have. However, by now, there are some things you should have mastered. Your progress in this area shows. Being the type of child that charms the lollipops off of people. Being the type of child who's huggable and gets his cheeks pinched by all the old ladies with bright red lipstick. Now, regarding your emotional and personality development, you're a fairly trustworthy little boy, making a share of exploratory excursions into the world of the unknown and the forbidden, the bathroom and under the kitchen sink. Your folks could trust you in most cases, but when all the chocolates have one bite taken out of them, it's a fair guess whose teeth marks those have made those jagged impressions. Your thoughtful characteristics really doesn't count for much in this module. Most children find themselves at the mercy of their whims and impulses. That's an interesting one. So, one of the most famous studies in the world was actually done here in New Zealand. It's called the Needham study. It's been a study that's done multiple times, but the most famous one and the most important one has been done here. Because I think it's just because of how long it's lasted. That a lot of them have been trying to be replicated around the world, but sort of get abandoned relatively quickly. Very, very simple test is you get a kid, put them in a room with a marshmallow, a chocolate biscuit, whatever, like something that will tempt them. And you say, if you leave that chocolate biscuit alone, by the time I get back, I'll give you 2 chocolate biscuits. The idea of waiting for a reward rather than immediate gratification. And I don't know how many kids they got to do this study. I think it was 100 plus or something like that. It's been running for 50 years. I just don't remember how many was the start. Doesn't say. There's a wiki on it. Just want to see how we can. 250. So 250 people, children were at the start. I think it's obviously declined, but it's sort of declined and expanded for reasons you'll probably understand. But I can't remember what sort of. A larger sample size. So the actual study was over 1,000. So over 1,000 people studied. I say it's dropped down, but I don't know what the actual number sits at the moment. And again, as I say, you put it into a room, chocolate bar, marshmallow, lolly of some description, whatever it is. It's put on a plate in front of you. You're told, hey, if you don't eat that by the time I come back in 5 minutes' time, you'll get 2 of them. immediate gratification versus waiting for a reward. And they found that the children who ate the chocolate bar throughout their life have had more difficult experiences, more likely to end up in jail, more likely to end up in jobs that aren't sort of gratifying, more likely to have multiple relationships and probably have separated from partners and have children out of no longer, children in single parent households or children with a parent who they're no longer with. So all these sort of things where children who did wait are more likely to have led more traditionally successful lives, stuff like that. So it's run for 50 years now. It's sort of seen as one of the most successful studies in the world because of the fact that most of the people who are involved in it are still part of the study. As you can imagine, with 50 years, there's going to be an inevitable drop-off of people who, by the time they turn 20, like, I don't want to be part of this anymore, stop calling me. Or people just inevitably disappear off the map for whatever reason. There's also a link to poor mental health, poor physical health, and increased rates of aging. Yeah, it's interesting. That's just why I sort of thought about this, because the thoughtfulness thing does apparently matter. One thing about your character is you have a tendency to put people off with your aggressiveness. You're the type of baby who likes to pull on loose pieces of clothing, hair, and any bulbous fleshy object that comes within your reach. You're going to have to learn what the meaning of make nice. It's because we bit their kid and did something else. I can't remember what else we did. That wraps up your status for the first module. I hope that you like yourself. If not, you can always try to improve yourself in the modules to come. There's plenty of time. Welcome to childhood. Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things, and then proceed to greater. So we're going to be... So we didn't finish everything on it. This is probably going to be quite a long, messy one as well, which means we won't finish all of these. I think the only one we have to do all of them is senior years. So once we're elderly. I can't remember if it says elderly or senior years or what the language is for it. But yeah, we've got a few to go. Let's take a look at our stats. So we're 4 years old. We're little baby Hendrik. Familial is beginning to decrease a little bit, so we need to build up our family relationship. Physical is very bad. Happiness is still also very bad. Gentleness, that's where we're sort of being seen as aggressive. We'll do this. Mum is just taking a job that requires her to be away in the morning and early afternoon. She decides to enroll you in a nursery school program. Upon your arrival, you're greeted by another lady with very skinny legs and very large round glasses. The children playing with buckets in the sand, building blocks, and other activities. The small boy sitting in the corner with tears streaming down his face, streaming from his eyes, a runny nose and cheeks are red from crime. Let's go punch the lady. Give the lady with the skinny legs a left hook. We're already known as a little shit, so we're not going to do that. We're going to try to make friends. Your excitement is a positive side in that you're trying to adapt to your new environment. You realize that your mum will be coming back, so attempt to make friends. You see a little boy where he's playing in the sand with trucks. What would you like to say to him? We'll just say hi. I was gonna say, like, can I play maybe seen as a little bit? We'll say, can I play? Yeah, I did think that. That was legit what I was thinking. I was like, we're gonna say that, and the kid's gonna be like, you want to take my toy? Because kids are stupid. The boy interprets this as a threat to his territory. He holds his truck close to his body. You can. Ask him to play again and see what happens. I'll play. The boy shakes his head back and forth. He wants no part of you. Little piece of shit. Hey there, kid. Mum is in the bathtub, taking a nice relaxing bath. Playing quietly in your room when all of a sudden the doorbell rings. Mum doesn't seem to hear it. Well, answer the door. Well, say, we're 4 years old. We're old enough to do this. You approach the door and say, "Who is it?" in your most grown-up voice. It's a salesman asking where your mummy is. We can point to the bathroom door, say, "She's naked in the bathtub right now." Or say, "Just follow me." Obviously he really wants to meet Mum, so we'll take him to her. I think that's fair. Lead the man to the bathroom door and swing it open. Your mother yells really loudly. The man runs out the front door. You get a spanking for letting a stranger into the house. Later today, Mum comes over and gives you a big hug and tells you not to tell Daddy about what happened. Obviously, we're not going to tell Daddy. Daddy doesn't need to know. Never mess with Mummy naked. You've just avoided making your mum angry and resentful. Good for us. Good for us, I say. We did good there. Go team. Oh, why is this working? 2 seconds. Why aren't you working fine? So occasionally need to just check stuff. Oh, we're good. You've been invited to sleep over at your best friend's house. This is your first sleepaway experience. It's exciting. We want to hang out. We don't want to be around boring Mum and Dad anymore. Shit. There, we cocked that one up. Your choices have shown impulsiveness and a lack of appreciation for the security your parents provide. If you have a bad dream at your friend's house, do you think they're gonna? Do you think his parents are gonna let you go into their bed? Fair. You're being an ungrateful little shit, quite frankly. While you're playing quietly in your room, you're startled by loud muffled sounds coming from someplace else. Oh no. Well, it seems that your parents are having a terrible fight over something. Your father's deep voice seems to be shaking the whole house. Mother's piercing scream sounds like she's being heard terribly. We better go check on them. They don't sound okay. Sounds like that something bad's happening. We better go look. The noise is from their bedroom. The door is open, just a crack. You can. Well, we're always going to look. They hear the door squeak open. There's a lot of rustling noises. Your mother yells, "Don't come in here now." You said they're both undressed. You run back into your room. Wonder what they were doing. Why were they fighting naked? I have no idea what happened there. Soon after you sit down for dinner, your mother announces that the vegetable of the day is Brussels sprout. Oh no. Ugh. Put your finger in the mouth and make a gag and say, ugh. Your action is a bold, flagrant protest against authority and Brussels sprouts. However, it's a bit overstated to save these kind of responses for issues that have a more powerful influence in your life. We're also a kid. Come on. A 4-year-old, that seems pretty normal for a 4-year-old to go, ah. Let's see. Look. There we go. The screen was playing up. An exciting movie is on television. The whole family is in the living room watching it. You get up to get a drink of water and return to find that all the good seats are taken. I wonder who would... So I want to be devious. Who's going to be less pissy that we trick them? I think Dad, probably. Dad, the doorbell's ringing. No, we'll do Mum. Actually, I sort of think I can see... I sort of think I can see what's going to happen with this. If we do I'm trying to figure out which one we can like cuddle with them. That was a while ago. I think they're still lurking. Hi, Barney, if you're still lurking. Or Vinny, or Vooney, or Vincent, or Death themselves. She falls for it. She rushes to the door, and you jump on his seat. I did wonder about that. When she realizes what you've done, she goes over and sits on top of Dad. Everyone seems a bit happier now. Oh shit, we're going to the dentist. You arrive at the dentist and discover that you have 4 rather large cavities that need to be... We're still a kid. Do you really need cavities filled as a kid? Or when you still got baby teeth? Like, genuine question. Like, it sort of almost feels redundant because you're going to lose them and they can be replaced with new teeth. I understand with adult teeth, but with baby teeth it seems a bit... I mean, of course, when we're frightened, dentists are scary. Everyone knows that. We'll try to block them out, though. Your status sheet, so we're obviously not brave enough, suggests that you're not emotionally capable of performing such a feat. The pain sneaks through into your consciousness, but it's not unbearable. This experience will toughen you up for next time, so that should be a win. Small win, small victories. Dad has promised that he'll fix your bicycle. He's taking a nap, so he's not doing anything. That seems like a good time to remind him. We've been such a little shit, so we're not going to be horrible. We're going to need to fix that. He tapped Dad rapidly on the shoulder and said, "Dad," next to his ear. But it doesn't seem to move. You can... We'll get Mom. Mom. Try to enlist Mom's help, but she recommends that you let Dad have a little nap. You can. We'll be patient. We'll learn the gift of patience. Dad isn't feeling too energetic right now, but when he wakes up, he fixes your bike. See, we got to win. How's things doing? We are nearly 6 years old. Oh my gosh, time flies. Familial is pretty bad, so we need to focus on that a bit. Physical is horrific. Calmness, confidence. So we'd obviously need to boost that up. Gentleness, we were trying to boost that up. While rummaging around the kitchen drawer, you come across a book of matches. As much as I want to be cheeky, we just can't. We gotta be a good boy and put them away. Positive choice. There's nothing really gained except disaster. May have just prevented a major loss to you and your family. We're not going to burn our house down out of spite. Going, Ashley, Mum, we need a new house. Alright. Oh, we're wrapping up. We're not doing like a long stream today. One of your playmates is the daughter of your mother's friend. Her name is Cindy. One day, while you and Cindy are alone, you become very curious about one another. Cindy suggests you play a make-believe game of Doctor. What was our confidence like? We were relatively confident. You can be the Doctor first. We'll be shy and say you can be the Doctor first. Oh, apparently it doesn't work. Cindy seems to be full of good ideas, so why not go with it? She requests that you move your clothing and lie down on the operating table. Just as you finish undressing, Cindy's mum comes in the room and gasps loudly. She pulls Cindy out of the room and describes the scene to your mother. Mother takes the game for what it is, a perfectly harmless expression of curiosity. Making a fuss over this kind of behavior often sets up a forbidden fruit, fantasy that may contribute to sexual misbehavior in adolescence. You might have read this in a woman's magazine. I mean, forbidden fruit is what they used to call me in college. I would partly, I don't know about in reality, but I'd partly agree with that. Like, you can't just go like, you must never think about nudity ever. That's kind of weird. Look at it like kids, like you're 5 old. What difference is it gonna make? You're in school and a teacher's giving a boring lecture. The boy sitting 2 rows away is rolling a piece of paper and putting it in his mouth, and using the barrel of his pen and spits paper into a blackboard where it lands for a wet splat. The teacher is furious and screams, "Who did this?" Everyone in the classroom is howling until she promises that if the person who did it will come forward, the whole class will not get punishment. Yeah, probably the only person who saw the true culprit. I'd be like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble, but we don't want to be a rat. Snitches get stitches. Ambivalence can be a difficult emotion to handle. You probably feel a little anxious, some guilt, and a pinch of self-criticism. You can just fantasize about it. Just go, what would happen if I did tell? The teacher catches you in a daydreaming and sends you out of the room. Shit. I got in trouble. Let's do this. Ooh, I know where this is heading already. While playing outside alone, a car pulls over to the side of the road. The driver motions for you to come over. Notice the plate says Obo 237. We ain't gonna fall for that. He motions for you to come closer. He's got a kind enough face. You hear him say that he's a policeman looking for a friend of yours. He asks if you get in and help him find your friend. You can. I'm gonna run. You move away from the man, suspicious that he might not be telling you the truth. This is smart. Intellectual sphere rises sharply. This man hurts children. I thought it was actually going to ask us what was the license plate, but nope. It's time for the school raffle. Sell school raffle tickets for the school baseball team again. We'll do with Dad, though. We want to hang out with Dad. What a team! You move from door to door with confidence, selling 4 whole books in less than an hour. This is a powerful bonding experience that strengthens family ties. You go out for ice cream soda to celebrate the successful partnership. Aw. Is that like vocational? I generally don't know what the coat of arms is meant to be. Because that could be a vocational thing that, even though it wasn't. Oh my head. I haven't washed it today, and I haven't like styled it or anything. Family was really high, so our family relationship's good. Our physical is still fucking absolutely dog shit. Gentleness is dog shit as well. You just turn off the television set, and your room is. Why do we have a television in our room? And your room is pitch dark. For the shadow you notice, the closet door is open just a crack. You can almost see the image of a black hooded axe murderer squinting at you through the door. He's waiting for you to close your eyes and fall asleep. In the quiet of night, you can hear his hoarse breath making deep gurgling sounds. You look away from the door and then look back again. It's open a bit farther than it was last time. If you can only make it to the closet door and shut it tight, you know he won't be able to get out and murder you in your sleep. The morning light will destroy him, so you won't have to worry about seeing him when you wake up. We gotta sneak into bed very calmly. Some of these that annoy me. There's a bunch of it that just doesn't lend to what childhood is really like. So, like, what kid hasn't gone, oh, there's a big scary monster? Even at, I guess, I don't know what age we are now. It just feels like that's a natural thing. but also feels very much like we're meant to. Why is this not working again? Push towards being calm and just going to sleep, ignoring it. As you went closer to the closet, you imagined the murderer laughing at how stupid you are for falling right into his deadly trap. You will show him. You lunge towards the closet door, tripping over the leg of your bed and pulling the bed linens on top of you. You've done it. The closet door is closed. You can finally settle down into a relaxing night's sleep. If only the aliens would stop hovering outside your window, waiting to suck you into the aircraft so they can examine your brain. You need eyeglasses. The first day you wear them, everyone in school calls you Four Eyes. Parents refuse to let you get contact lenses. We're actually relatively not self-conscious, are we? Can we do self-conscious and wear them? Yeah. We're not a self-conscious kid. What we've done so far. Your social status suggests that you'll eventually get the support you need to overcome your self-consciousness from your friends. What is our intelligence like? We're 7 years old. Intelligence is still massive. Oh, are we going to help cheat? The boy who says next to you in school is just pass you a note. A folded tight square. He motions you to read it. You look around. Mrs. Hennessy, the meanest teacher in the school, as you're back to the class. The note says, what has more crust than the entire surface of the earth? Oh, no, he's not cheating. And he's going to make a prank. He's going to go like Mrs. Hennessy's ass. Return the note and wait for another response. All of a sudden, you hear Mrs. Hennessy say to your friend, Mr. Bradley, would you care to share your little secret with the rest of the class? Jimmy Bradley looks at Tina with innocent eyes. He points at you and says, he's just passing me his homework assignment, Mrs. Hennessy. She says, bring it up here. He shows it to her. Miss Hennessy reads it and then looks at you. Then she looks at Jimmy. What? They screwed up the text there. Mr. Office, he says principally. I don't know what happened there. the text got screwed up. One of us got sent to the principal's office and I don't know which one. I'm guessing it was Jimmy. Jimmy? It's hot, sunny day. You and your friend are sitting around trying to think of something to do. They're sitting in the shade, napping on a chair. Good idea. Let's play a practical joke on Dad. We're going to spray Dad with a hose. How do you want to turn on water? We're not going to do a hard blast. Do a light spray. Dad wakes up and shakes his head. He thinks it's pretty funny and suggests a plan to lure Mum outside so he can spray her too. It goes into the house and comes out giving you the thumbs up sign. Tells you to keep an eye out for Mum while he aims the hose. She's becoming right around the bend. How are you feeling now? I mean, we're excited, obviously. Before you can know it, there's a hose down your pants. Wow, that's cold. He's fooled you. Mum leaves at the window and drops a pot full of cold water on your head. Everyone laughs. Those punk-ass motherfuckers. I've actually figured it out. I'm a dumbass. I am a dumbass. The coat of arms, of course, is family. Because it's the coat of arms. Like, what happened? Game just went bloop for a second. I get it. I'm a dumbass. Warning. This episode contains subjects of a sexual nature. You want to continue? Of course. In the schoolyard, your friends are sitting around discussing something very secretively. You go over to see what's going on and hear one of them say something very strange. Yesterday was where you were made. It's weird that we've had one thing where we were being abducted, which is probably sexual. We had one joke about wanking, which is obviously sexual, and we've also walked in our parents shagging, which is sexual. And this is the first time they've specifically said this episode is of a sexual nature. We'll ask about the real story. And go skeptical, go, what? Is that how babies are formed? You find it difficult to believe, but you've seen Wild Kingdom enough times to know that anything's possible. You confront your mother with the information as you remember hearing it. Your choice for a allegedly topic. Are there ghosts in this game? Everybody's a ghost. That's the plot twist. I don't think there are any ghosts in it. There must be like a ghost story. I haven't played this in ages. I don't think there'll be any real ghosts. We're not watching Ghost Adventures today because I don't have enough time. Though I do want to watch Ghost Adventures again at some point because Ghost Adventures is the greatest show. Greatest show. Greatest show.
There are things in this world that we will never fully understand.
Understand. Ever made. I mean, there's even a Zach Baggins. He won't. You find it difficult. You confront your mother with information. You remember hearing your choice for a leisurely conversation, a topical conversation catches your mum off guard. Later, you have a nice discussion about how babies are born. This stresses the love aspect, but neglects to tell you that practice for the real thing can be fun too. You may find this out later yourself. Later, I actually like that. It almost feels surprising that a game would be. Not, honest is a weird word to put it, but at least like it feels like the 80s, and for like again it's sort of semi-educational, would just be like no one ever has sex for anything other than procreation. That's it. You only have sex with babies, nothing else. You don't even hold hands, don't look at each other. That's not how life is done. So good points for at least the game being somewhat honest. We haven't done any intellect ones in ages, so let's do intellect. You're in a candy store buying candy with $5 bill that was given to you by your mother. Bill comes to 50 cents. The man gives you back change, but no dollars. Question the man. Man tells you they gave $1 bill. I give you $5. Come on, now, kid. I told you. Now, get the fuck out of here. No, well, we're gonna get help. We're gonna tell on him. Where do you want to go for help? We're gonna tell the policewoman. Mama ain't gonna do shit. You tell the policewoman the story. She inquires about the incident. The store owner says, "Listen, Toots, the little brat gave me a 1. This is the wrong thing to say to a policewoman." She makes a man check the cash register. He has $4 more than he should. This is funny. Like, this game is... We made the joke before. It's like, is this game going to be woke? I mean, it's not necessarily woke. But it does feel like a bunch of the stuff would annoy the people who call everything woke, who've had your mum having a full-time job, and a policewoman. That's controversial. Jesus. But it's interesting to have it from the 80s, that we're 1986, and they're doing those ideas, which wouldn't have been super common back then. Woman calls a station house and finds out that he's done this 3 times in the last week. 2 weeks later, the store is shut down. It was a front of for a numbers racket. The store owner is never heard from again. I wonder why. He's fucking got the store owner killed by the mob. Brilliant. We just killed a shady store owner. All because we didn't get our money. Your friend has borrowed $1 from you, promising to pay you back for weeks. Every time he asks for the money, he puts it off. We're gonna have a nice discussion. We need to try to get the gentleness, so that's why I'm not gonna be like, other than bugging the store owner, we need to boost our gentleness. Do a discussion with your friend. You can tell your friend that he can. Well, do this exchange. Help me with the yard work. You'll surely be a great businessman when you get older. The work he does is worth far more than $1, which you probably would have spent on junk food anyway. Ooh. Do we want to shoplift? While walking around the store with your friend, you notice that he sneaks a small item into his pocket. You ask him what he's doing, and he tells you how easy it is to shoplift, saying, never check kids. No. Ooh. You get angry with him. I should stop reading it before I read it out loud. You get angry with him for jeopardizing you by stealing. Unfortunately, you haven't noticed that he's been sneaking a pack of playing cards into your jacket pocket. The manager sees him and accuses you of stealing and calls home. Because you're trustworthy, Mum believes that you were framed. Well, good thing we had that trustworthy stat built up. The family dog has been acting a little... Oh, no. How many times do we have to deal with mortality as a kid, like, already at such a young age? We've been, like, hammered with the mortality thing. Family dog is acting a little peculiarly lately. No one can figure out why. Some of your fellow family members suggest that maybe you should be given away, or worse, put to sleep. Dad delivers an ultimatum. Dog must shape up or ship out. You're the only one in the house that can take responsibility for getting him back into shape. We got low physical, so we're probably going to fail, but it's definitely going to be like... It's going to be a 2-4 if we can do this, because it's going to boost our physicality, obviously. And keep the dog alive. You spend every minute keeping an eye on the dog, warning him from good behavior and keeping him out of trouble. One day, when we return home from school, you can smell what can only be the dog's byproducts. Number 2, to be specific. The smell is emanating from your parents' bedroom. Enter the bedroom, find the dog peacefully sleeping in the corner, and Sculpt sitting squealing on top of Dad's favorite pillow. Fortunately, no one is home. You can... We'll try to wash the pillow. It's obviously going to backfire, but... I think it's almost more responsible, like, to... try our damnedest. You scrape the sculpture off the pillow and throw it away outside the house. The pillow and the pillowcase is left with a large brown and smelly ring after 3 machine washes. Mel keeps yelling, "What are you doing down there?" Smell comes out of the pillow case, but the pillow still has the stain. Not only that, the pillow now weighs 30 pounds because it's waterlogged, and it'll be dry in time by the time that Dad gets home. We'll ask Mum's help. I can already know what's going to happen, that she's going to be like, Dad's never going to fucking notice the pillow anyway. He says it's his favorite pillow. I switched the pillow 40 times over the time we've been married. He doesn't have a favorite pillow. She's very sympathetic. As it turns out, Dad couldn't tell his favorite pillow from a pile of bricks. She makes a quick substitution and all is well. I knew exactly that was going to happen. Because that feels real. Ooh. A very aggressive boy starts an argument with you and challenges you to fight after school. Everyone whispers about the big fight. It looks like there'll be a large crowd watching. We can't let bullies win. Boy shoves you hard on the shoulder, knocking you off balance. Punches you in the face and neck. He's much more used to this kind of thing than you are. Suddenly you see that he's left himself open to the face and stomach areas. I'm definitely going to hit his stomach. He's going to fucking land like a brick shithouse if we hit him in the stomach. Probably not strong enough to hit him in the jaw well, but a hit to the gut. Jesus. Ah, bugger. That failed. We should have done the face. Oh well. Your punch lands with a thump. It doesn't seem to have any effect on him at all. He laughs at you and proceeds to beat you up. You're left with a bloody nose and many cuts and bruises. After school's gonna be dog shit. 16%. Our gentleness is low as well because we did go and fight. Oh, that'll be vocational, that one. The suitcase and the, I guess, film strip, but I don't know. But I really don't know how to boost physical. At school, all your friends are talking about a television program that you could not have stayed up to watch. A friend asked you if you saw it. Nah, we'll say we didn't watch it. Your confidence keeps him from making fun of you. Someone even offers you let you sleep over his house next time it's on. Sometimes Shane can be really great. Your best friend challenges you to a rock throwing competition. No, we're not going to play rock throwing. Your friend is telling everyone at school that you're a girl unless you throw the rock. You can. Maybe I am. Friend calls you chicken. So what? Your friend's a massive loser. Jill Brady is always untying your shoes and running away. Today she's wearing a skirt. She's bent over, picking up a pile of books from the floor. See, this is another one of those ones that's like annoying because this is clearly like the age-old thing of how kids flirt. You know, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, whatever. It's how they flirt. Like they pick on each other, they lift a skirt, which is what's obviously going to happen here. But our gentleness is so bad that I'm kind of worried about it. And we're going to become an abrasive arsehole later in life because we've just been doing stuff. You have much more important things on your mind, like how to get your mum to let you join a football, or how to sneak into see Friday the 13th Part 45. Why Mr. Johnson, biology teacher, is always allowed to wear the same suit 10 days in a row when you can't even wear the same stupid pairs of socks for 2 days. I mean, that is a good question. Your mother's giving you permission to have a party. You want to invite most of the kids from your class. There's only one child you have second thoughts about inviting. His name is Louis Feedback. All the kids call him Louis Feedback because he's very fat. Mention to your group of friends that you're finding. God, I can't speak. You mention to your friends that you're thinking about inviting Louis. They make faces and pig noises. Some of them say if you invite the bag, that it will stay home. We'll invite him. He's fat. Fat asses. Samoa Joe, he's fat. When you ask Louis to come to your party, he immediately assumes that you're joking and want to make fun of him. You can. You can use this as an excuse to call him a jerk and not invite him. Who would pick that option? Like, you're deliberately trying to do like the most heel run of this game possible. To be like, invite the kid to your party. Why do you want to? You just want to bully me like you want to. Damn right, you fat idiot. You're not invited, loser. It's just such a shitty option. It's so specifically shitty, is why I'm finding it funny. Like everything else, like we've had like multiple shitty options in the past. There's like picking people. We've gone really out of our way to pick on a kid. Louis is completely overjoyed. This is the first time he's ever felt like one of the guys. Some friends do stay home that night and refuse to speak with you at school. Louis's mother calls you up and thanks you for being so generous. Louis's mother also happens to be extremely rich. On your next school vacation, she flies you and Louis to Hawaii to stay there with your with relatives there. Aloha. That's a bit. The game's a bit shit for that. To be like, only be friends with fat kids if you're going to get rewarded. It was nice up until then. You're teaching your mother trading recipes from an upcoming bake sale. Before you leave school, your teacher asks if you'd be kind enough to run a booth at the bake sale, especially for her. Maybe your friends begin to snicker behind your back. We'll be a kiss ass. We want to boost our gentleness. Be happy to help you. We've got like a massive social standing drops considerably. Our social standing is huge from when I last looked. We're now 10. Social 60. Okay, we need to boost it again, but it's not bad. Gentleness is super low. That didn't help it at all. Melissa Harper is the prettiest girl in class. You've been giving each other the eye for about 2 weeks now. You're set to ask her for a date when your best friend, who happens to be taller and better looking than you, confesses that he cannot sleep at night because of her. He asks for your advice on the best way to ask her for a date, unaware that you too are smitten by her. We'll both have to just be honest. I think honesty is probably the best thing here. Rather than like break our friendship up completely. If it breaks up here, it breaks up here, but like, gotta be even worse if he ends up with her. And we bicker over that for the rest of our lives. Bring your feelings out from the open prevents you from acting on them in a destructive way. You can. Yeah, we'll just both ask her out. That's probably the first thing. It's going to be shitty, and we're probably going to fall out, but unfortunately, what other way to do it? This is like it's comfortable for either of you or your friend. Decide that your friendship is more important than a date with Melissa. It's just so mature. Marcus Cripple, what a name. And the Tube Heads are a popular rock group of kids your age. Anyone who likes them is in. If you don't like them, or your new hit song, I love your blowtorch eyes, you're definitely a geek. I mean, to be fair, that sounds like the type of music I'd be into. So we're gonna do it. You lay it gently on the table and listen to the hard drumming sounds of lead singer Marcus Cripple. I love you blowtorch eyes, when I kiss you my heart fries. For looks you can paralyze, put your love on my burner. I'm your biggest yearner, blowtorch eyes. That's so beautiful. That did sound beautiful. Mr. Quincy's the toughest teacher in your school. One day you forgot to put it in your homework and with the rest of the items you need for school. Quincy asks where your homework is. You can tell him you forgot it. He says, come on now, be more creative than that. What do you mean? That's like not a lie. Why don't you tell me something more believable, like, Mr. Quincy, I did my homework, but my dog threw up on it. Everyone in class laughs hard at your expense. Mr. Quincy gives you punishment and assignment to do. In addition to work you've not handed in, he says, what have you got to say for yourself now, mister? It'll be sad. Oh, our happiness is real low, isn't it? You look so pitiful and confused that it infuriates your mother. She sends a note to the school and follows up with a personal visit. She receives a personal apology from Mr. Quincy, but you don't. Every time he speaks to you now from now on, he does it with a tone of sarcasm and false respect. There's definitely something wrong with this man. What a piece of shit. The latest craze is wearing a dog collar around your neck with a t-shirt proclaiming your dog name. You've just spent $5 on a shirt and it says Fifi Rex, the mad mongrel, and bought one of your dog's collars on the way out of the house. Mo says, do you think you're going to go out with the school with that ridiculous get up on? What do you mean? do you mean ridiculous get up? What are you talking about? She's going to punish us like how we do go out on. Like, we're going to get a dog bowl or something like that. Because she's sarcastic. Once you're back in there, you can. We'll do that. Put on regular clothes and hide the old ones. Put them on once you're in school. As you walk out of the house, this time your mother says, "That's better, dear. Sometimes I don't know what gets in there ahead of yours." Later that day, the principal calls all the parents of the school who whirled the dog mania up at school. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna be in really big trouble. When your mother's called, she said she's sure the principal's mistaken. And says a possibility there could be two Fifi, the Mad Mongrel t-shirt wearers in the neighborhood. Probably. It's not the most original name out there. Your mother's mortified. You're forced to eat your meals from a special dog bowl with your dog named Brendan on it for the next 3 days. Damn it! There's an elderly woman who lives on the street. Everyone calls the witch. Some people say she's really paranoid, calling the cops on kids all the time, and screaming out the window even when there's nobody there. At night, she keeps her light on at all times and sits out looking out the window. For the past few days, the light's been off. Some kid thinks she's just dead in there or something. They jump in front of her door or something. They jump in front of the house and sing "Ding Dong, the witch is dead. The witch is dead," and laugh. Sounds sad. One afternoon after school, you look from the outside of the gate to see if there's anything going on inside the house. There's nothing. You can try knock on the door. You hear a voice call out from the back of the house and say, "Go away, leave me alone." We'll keep trying. Let's say, "I'd like to know if you're okay in there." Hear nothing for about 30 seconds. Finally, the door opens. The woman looks pale and dazed. She seems smaller than you imagined. Very delicate. In the corner of her almost bare living room, there's a television set. Besides it is a large box of old rubber balls and toys that were left or had accidentally fallen on her lawn. She asks why you've come, and you mention that you've noticed the light has been gone out and thought she might need some help. She explains that she has no way to replace it. She's too old to climb up to do it. You can, obviously, excuse yourself now. You know the problem is just a light bulb. This again just really feels like you're going out of your way to be mean. She thanks you. Her face softens while you're fixing the light. She tells you a very sad story. A long time ago, she had a son, very much like you, so polite and kind. She says he was a beautiful boy and repeats it over and over again, as beautiful as a picture. She and her husband lived with a son not too far from the train yard. She used to tell her son, "James, Robert, stay away from the tracks, you'll get hurt." One day, her son and her husband went out to play football. Ball rolled away from James and rolled across the tracks. While he was chasing, his foot got wedged between two rails. His father and he struggled to release it. Before they know it, they were both struck by a freight train and killed. She's been alone ever since. When you finish fixing the light, the lady gives you some milk and freshly baked cookies. It almost seems as she doesn't want you to go. Before you leave, you try. It will be nice to say, "Hey, I can pop around later and help." Her face brightens. "You must be paid," she says. "Can't afford much and you'll have to do a fine job, but you can have all the cookies and brownies you can eat. I promise you that. You've done something much kinder than you can probably imagine in your age. You've given this woman a reason to live." How old are we? We are 11, so we're going to be hitting teenage soon. We'll hit teenage and then we'll wrap it up. Us physical is still bad. Our socials, we're probably the most popular kid in school. Really good at family, really, really good. Our gentleness and calmness is boosted up. It's our physical, that's the biggest problem. So if we ever come across that climbing up on the mountain one, don't do it because we're going to fucking die. Literally the one I type into first. I think, yeah, I'm gonna escape from it and just not do it. That's the exact ones. Climb up the rock with friends. Your friends say, your mum says no, of course, because who the fuck is gonna let us climb up on a rock and hang out with all the cool kids? What have I done? It's springtime and love is in the air. You've been thinking about Susie Marsh night and day, and finally mustered the courage to write her a love letter. Susie is every boy's dream. She's only 10, but she has the body of an 11-year-old. And if you let her in hand, I think we are nearly 11. So, we are pretty confident, pretty social, so we probably can just walk right up and give it to her. Most popular kid in school, likely. Social is really high. I like your style. According to your stats, and social skills are strong. Susie's flattered, but regrets to inform you is simply not your type. How do you feel about this? I mean, obviously, we're going to be sad about it. We never... I'll be realistic. We'll say we're sad. It's our first rejection in life. It's going to hurt. That's just the way life is. It seems like your social skills are just a cover-up for your lack of confidence. You are the type of people who does things for other people and not for yourself. Examine this in yourself and see if it makes sense to you. The game was way too psychological there. Jesus. Like, fully analyzing me with that one. Yeah, this is vocational. I think we're going to be like, set up a lemonade stand or something with this. Everyone in your friends has a new turbo power mud jumper dirt bike, the kind of bicycle. You're being left out on the Saturday morning bike trips, and your friends call you baby for having one of those regular sissy bikes. I mean, be motivated and try a way to earn a dirt bike. We're not going to steal it, fucking hell. How would you like to make money? Paper route or odd jobs? I'm going to do paper route. That was the first job I ever had. Your emotional characteristics show that you have the attributes necessary to set a goal and then attain it. You work hard and put in long hours, eventually earning enough to buy them a bike. Congratulations on job well done. Again, you'd think owning the bike would be just a natural boost to our physical stats, but no, apparently not. Who's the founder of modern chemistry? I mean, Louis Pasteur. You are not correct, damn it. Who's the founder of modern psychiatry? Sigmund Freud. You are correct. Who's the first American in space? Oh my god, I can't remember. You're correct. Who's the inventor of the telegraph? Samuel Morse. I don't think it is. You are correct. Who was the Austrian-born founder of the Ethical Cultural Society? I actually don't know that. There we go. Speaker of the House. I do know that. Who takes over if both president and vice president die? What else do we need to do? That was boosting our intelligence, even though we're super, super intelligent. Just weak. A pathetic weakling. Just like in real life. I think there, we got the stuff for familial. That will possibly have some boost, but our familial was really high. At least I last looked at it. We've already got like maybe 2 ones left to choose before. Familial was at 96%. Before end of the round. Like kindness and gentleness is good enough. I'm not sort of worried about them. Really, really just is a strength. Warning, this episode contains subject matter of a sexual nature. You're at the beach one day when an older but very beautiful lady notices that back is red and your skin is peeling. She asks if you want to her to rub some cream on your back. Yeah, okay. Some people are brought up to never impose on others, even when they offer help. Fortunately, you've learned that accepting help is okay, even necessary for survival. Lady's hands are soft and gentle. Kind of wish you wouldn't stop. All of a sudden, you feel an unusual sensation in your bathing suit. An unexpected erection. How embarrassing you can. Oh, I don't think she's going to notice it, kid. Just being honest. No, we'll ignore it. You ignore it, but it doesn't go away. That's okay though. At your age, something like that is bound to attract much attention. At the very least, you saved yourself from bad sunburn. Good play. Oh, no, another 61. Robbie Starker always gets his father's girly magazines out whenever his friends come over and visit. Today he's entertaining you and some other friends when he suggests you try something new. He explains that if you rub yourself down there while looking at the pictures, something really great happens. Even if someone seems to think it's a good idea. We're fully caving in if we just do what everybody else does. And obviously it's slightly weird, but again, we're fucking a kid. I remember looking at girly magazines as a kid. Like sneaking out your parents or your friends' parents' girly magazines. And not understanding it properly. But beyond that. We'll leave. I'm just wondering, like, because I really want to focus on the physical thing, getting our physical up, and reality is like figuring out sexuality is a physical thing, and this is just gonna, even though it's caving into what the group's doing, it is gonna just be like figuring out what it is. I don't understand why, but it feels pretty good after rubbing your wire, shadow, and wet yourself a little. This is an experience that marks the beginning of emerging sexuality. Your friends are fully exploring sexuality. Later, many of your friends will brag about their first sexual experiences. Most of them will be fibbing. I think that probably boosted our physical. Yeah, it boosted our physical quite a bit. Yeah, I was like, do I want to ban that? Because it's obviously slightly weird, but it wasn't weird enough for me to be like, no, I'm not doing that. Our familials. Yeah, I think we've got one more before we hit adolescence. Familial's really high, intellect is decently high. Physical's good, social's really good, calmness. I mean, maybe we do mental then. Social is so high that I'm not worried about it. I hate when I do the quizzes. I didn't even read what the question was. I got lucky. Who's the ruler of the classics? Gotcha. You know what? I don't know who discovered oxygen. It's an interesting question, but I don't have it. Who wrote The Great Gatsby? I don't remember. That is Scott Fitzgerald. You pass through the childhood phase of life.
It's here.
It's here.
Finally here.
It's here.
It's here. It's finally here.
There's no more time for expectation.
Shut up.
That was the happiest I'd ever been. Hello, Fox. Thanks for the raid. What were you up to? Tell me everything. If you were leaving out a single detail, I will know. How you all doing? We're going to give you the loveliest of shout-outs because you are a lovely gentleman. My name is Chris. His name is Chris. We're both Chris. That's it. That's all you need to know. Our also name is Obscurity. We are currently playing the original Life Simulator game from 1986 called Alter Ego. It's a bit of a weird game, but it's interesting, sort of capsule in time. You're playing DK Bonanza on the Switch 2, no doubt. Hope you've been having fun with it. I play a variety of different things on stream. If you're interested, we do watch-alongs of Ghost Adventures. We play retro video games like Final Fantasy IX is our currently jam on Throwback Thursdays. Play murder mystery games. Play classic FMV games. We're playing the erotic thriller Immortality now, so if you want some erotica and some thriller, this is your place to be. But otherwise, I always understand if you need to raid, run, go wash yourself, go shit, shower, shave, any of those things, please, please, please do not feel obligated to stick around. Go take care of yourselves. You've been watching the charming, charismatic Chris for a long time now. You don't need to see me at Kia ora. Obviously, somebody's picked up on the accent that I am indeed a Kiwi, bro. So Kia ora to Ash. How you doing? Ka pai. Kia ora ko Chris toko ingoa. Ko Poneke. Ho. It's going to do like my whole PPR. I've always sort of wanted to do that as an introduction, so I just could practice my te reo. PPR is the way you meant to introduce yourself. To be fair, I didn't do it the proper traditional way, but I did say, Kia ora, my name is Chris, and I am from Wellington. Or I sort of could have said, ko Aotearoa aho. I'm from New Zealand. But Kia ora, if you need to dash and dine and dash, whatever you need to do, please, 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 please go look after yourselves. That is always priority. We're going to stick around for a little bit more of this game. And then I imagine somebody else is online that we could raid into as well. And we could always pass the raid along. It's always a nice thing to do. As I say, this game is called Alter Ego. It is a weird life sim game from 1986. It's a game developed by a psychologist, so it's very of its time. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate the raid as always. If you're not already following Circuit Fox, please do. Primarily, you're playing Switch 2 games at the moment, it feels, but you've played a variety of stuff that I've seen. You played even very vintage games like Dizzy, which I love. I've got literally a ZX Spectrum behind me, so Dizzy is my boy. We played... what else have I seen you play? Zelda games and all sorts. So please, 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 if you haven't already followed the Psycho Fox, what the hell are you doing with your life? Why haven't you done it? Do it now. Don't embarrass me. And thanks. We're getting a summary. We've just finished childhood by wanking ourselves senseless, genuinely. And we've progressed into adolescence. I'm about to find out how our life is going so far. Family life is progressing very well. Dad is still the greatest hero of all time. Mum's pretty terrific too. Physically, not very healthy. Be careful to avoid situations that could lead to illness. Yes, physicality is our weakest point. Everything else is pretty strong. Socially, this can be an awkward phase of life, especially when I hit the ripe old age of 9 or 10. Should I like girls? Should I not like girls? Decisions. All in all, keep in mind this is from 1986. I don't believe you can be queer in this. I played this game many years ago, probably 10 plus. I do believe you do have a scene where a friend does come out to you as gay, so that does happen, but I don't believe you can actually be queer yourself. Decisions. All in all, you're extremely lovable. You are well-mannered and respectful of adults. I may be mistaken, I see a little bit of a Casanova in training. Now, regarding your emotional and personality development. You're a remarkably trustworthy young man. Your sense of ethics and fair play are quite remarkable for a child your age. You have a gentle, easygoing way about you most of the time. We've had not many schoolyard brawls. We did have one, but we got shit kicked out of us. Oops. You seem to be able to control your temper, even when girls giggle as you walk by. You're about to enter into adolescence. It's a somewhat hectic time of life, full of surprises. There will be many high highs and many low lows. With each year, you'll gain responsibilities. You'll notice people in your will begin to start forgiving you for less things previously described as mere childhood habits. You'll be expected to leave your burping and other questionable talents in the social circles. Social circles where they're unanimously approved of, your peer group. Oh yes, it's a matter of girls. If you haven't noticed them much in this phase, watch out. They've noticed you. Welcome to adolescence. It was a bold man first to eat an oyster. Jonathan Swift. So we now got more things on the screen. Previously, we've had this one, which is our stats, and this one, which is how long we've been on this earth for. We've got school activities. I think it's physical activities. That's occupation, and I can't remember. That might be extracurricular, if I remember correctly. We are 13 years old on the dot. We are little Hendrik. Familiar, or familial, is pretty damn good. Intellectual is okay, could work some bits. Physical, as I say, it's our weakest strength so far. But alas, we'll figure it out as we go along. Social is very good. Vocational, not to be expected to be high at this point. We have only just hit puberty. We haven't even hit puberty yet, likely. We did get a boost from working hard to buy our own bicycle, but other than that, we haven't really needed a vocational. Calmness, but not too calm. We probably could be prone to a little bit of an outburst, but not too bad either. Confidence, pretty confident, pretty expressive. Always tell it like it is. Gentleness, not great, but not horrible. Happiness, we're pretty happy, pretty thoughtful, pretty trustworthy. We have $303 to our name. So yeah, that I believe that is high school. Oh, this is relationships. I thought this was occupation. I think this one here could be occupation, and that is physical stuff. Which we need to do, because holy shit, we need to boost our physical quite badly. Let's meet somebody. I would like to meet this person at school. What would you like to meet? Got Cindy, Louise, Marion, Ruth, Betsy, and Marsha, or Henrietta. Well, I mean, considering our name, we're going with Henrietta. You've chosen to meet with Henrietta. Her characteristics may be described as the following. She's moderately trustworthy, moderately gentle, very calm, very happy, moderately confident, and moderately attractive. You meet Henrietta in biology class. You chose what you believed an appropriate time and place, ask for a date. You ask for a date, and Henrietta accepts. Ooh, we got a girlfriend. Ooh. Gross. Yeah, this is the physical stuff. Which we'll do this one, and then carry on a little bit, and then we'll, let's say, rein in somebody. Mr. Black is the most hated teacher in the entire school. He's ex-Marine drill sergeant who teaches gym class. Recently, he's made every guy in your class do 100 push-ups just because someone sneezed funny. A couple of kids in the plan to get back at him by slashing his tires. The plan is to meet out after school. One person will watch, while the others will cut through the tires. I remember this. So this is like almost like a game of chicken. It just continues and continues until we choose we can stop it, and we get whatever result as we get of it. As I said, it's been a long time since I played this game, and I don't remember everything. Obvious stuff will form up here later. I think we get family, where my face is, and something else there. Maybe we don't quite have jobs yet. I think there's something to do with buying stuff as well. No, I don't want to stop yet. Meaning the parking lot is planned. Lookout leans on the car and looks around for signs of Mr. Black. Well, with slash tires, that's good enough for me. Yeah, so that is occupation. That's schooling stuff. We haven't been able to do that yet, but we will be soon. Relationships. We met Henrietta. Some of these are quite different, where we can have ones that are probably slightly more worth progressing through. That one was not, because fuck. You got the worst teacher in school. I don't know what we sort of expect if we're gonna let out all of the gas from their tires, all the air from their tire. Tonight is Halloween. Some of your friends, your fun-loving friends, are going around door to door with some more Some of your fun-loving friends are going door to door. Some of your more mischief friends are going out to play pranks. Must decide which group to join. Well, honestly, We got a choice between pranking or candy. And it's free candy. Literally, you knock on someone's door, they give you candy. What the fuck is wrong? Any other time of year, you take candy from a stranger. Terrible idea. This time of year, you can do it. Brilliant. We're doing it. You can. You can go door to door to collect money for charity. No. It's for us. If you're going to go around doing your rounds on the neighborhood when you meet up with other kids who are playing pranks, just chat. We are very social, so we should be able to pull it off. Just be like, hey, how's your night going? Check out this chocolate bar. You going to go egg Johnson's house? Fair enough. This catches them off guard. You offer them a piece of candy or two and each go your separate ways. See? Foolproof. For those that have just joined, the icons are separate places in life. The coat of arms, which I've only just figured out, is family. That is, of course, social. The heart is more to do with stronger relationships as well as things like health. This one is far more specific to health. My arrow's hovering over the far left. Brain, of course, is to do with knowledge or intellect. That one there is to do with vocation, which is getting a bit more stronger to go as we go up. And of course, vocation can include schooling. Yeah, we don't really need to focus on. Also point out that you don't need to do every single one of the things that's on the list. And our family is very, very high, so we probably don't need to focus on that too much. But let's go on a date with our partner. Henrietta spent the afternoon with her parents, visiting friends and family. When you see Henrietta, she can't stop talking about John, their son. When Henrietta and John were younger, everyone joked about how nice it'd be if they got married when they were older. Isn't that cute? Anyway, Henrietta goes on to tell that John grew up to be an absolute hunk, with the cutest hint of dimples on his cheeks. After she finishes his detailed descriptions, she squeals, "He looked like just one of those calendar models. How I could have died." I mean, obviously, you've just been flirting about a guy that you were going to date. However, it would just be a little bit. That's understandable, but for what I understand of Henrietta, she's a trustworthy person. She's just expressing that he's attractive, and that's probably all. And we are trustworthy as well, so go us. Go trust. She's cheating, man. Just know it. Why is she doing this? We're going to get married. We're meeting another girl already. There goes Andrea Weiner, or Weiner? Jeremy. Andrea Weiner. Jeremy has said that she likes guys who are rough and tough. She's looking over you and smiling. Well, we are... probably this is actually going to win her over. But also, we're already taken. We're a trustworthy guy. We've only got eyes for one girl, and that is Henrietta. We don't want the girl or the bad guys want. I guess this girl doesn't strike your fancy right now. Since she did show some interest in you, it's very admirable to not try to take advantage of her. Thoughtfulness increases. Aren't we such a thoughtful boy? How long before we get a heart event? We'll go straight up, do the heart event, and then, as I say, we'll call the stream there, we'll raid in somebody, bring along you lovely people that join Foxy's raid, or the Psycho Foxes, or Foxy Mix Foxes raid. At least we'll pass on the love and appreciate everything you've done. And friends, all go to shore for a beach party. It's late at night. One of your friends suggests, hey, let's go skinny dipping. I mean, fuck it, why not? No one else is going to. Can we do both? Should I wait for everybody else to take clothes off? I just got a horrible, horrible feeling in the back of my head that if we just ran off ourselves, we'd be the only ones to do it. Well, let's do it, fuck it. That was my first reaction. We are also the coolest kid in school, so they're probably going to follow our lead. There you are, stark naked when you realize that everyone is checking out and left their clothes on. How do you feel? Oh, I'm the coolest kid in school. You ain't gonna let them get to themselves, even though some of the girls are laughing hysterically. Put away your clothes and sit down. A couple of your friends have convinced somebody to purchase a bottle of very cheap wine. They're very excited about the idea of getting drunk. We're gonna just fake it. Fake it till you make it. Most of your friends were faking drinking wine. Most of your friends are probably doing the same thing. That's why it's taking 3 hours to finish 12 ounces of wine. After the wine is finally finished, you can... We'll just watch everybody else. Joey uses an excuse to snap the back of Mary Jane's bra. Billy rides his bicycle into a tree, and everyone gets hysterical over it. George pulls down his pants and moons a bus full of senior citizens on their way to a bingo tournament. Next day, everyone acts like they're so hungover. Your friends would like to ask you if you'd like to be in a rock group. Sure. Fuck yeah. The first task is to come up with a suitable name for such a group. There's several suggestions. Choose which one you like best. We've got the Tormented, we've got the Cabbage Heads, we've got Larry and the Mumblers. The Cabbage Heads, fantastic. No notes. Sold. This sounds like a fitting name for a talent of your caliber. Now you must choose a position in the band. Bass player, drummer, lead guitar, keyboard. I say we go lead guitar. We are confident, we are cool, we are popular. Best place for a lead guitarist. Fine, Maestro. Do you want to be... we're actually really driven, so let's be band leader. I didn't necessarily want to do that, but considering that we're actually quite driven, we might actually make something out of this. Yeah. You certainly have the intelligence needed for this responsibility. Under your leadership, the band makes terrific progress. In the coming months, everyone in the neighborhood signs a petition to keep you from practicing in this state. The petition was first drawn up by your own mother. Nice. A group of creds you hardly know have just made fun of you. Usually this might not bother you, but lately you've been feeling down in the dumps about a lot of things. Physical appearance has been disappointing you. Your family have been giving you a hard time about almost everything. No one seems to be saying or doing anything positive towards you. You have a bad case of the blues. You've got some quite serious options there. Got depressed, sad, suicidal, or feeling just fine. We're going to, again, be logical. But we'll talk to somebody. Be depressed. Obviously, we're hurt. People are being mean to us. We're not feeling comfortable in our skin. Again, we are a teenager. Which teenager does. But we're at least going to be brave enough and wise enough, confident enough, and I don't know what other words to use, but we're going to actually talk to somebody about it. Who would you like to talk to? Probably a friend, right? Somebody in our family. We're a bit worried about them, so it's probably not a great idea. I say a friend. A psychologist may be late if we were actually, like, really, really bad. But it did say that we're only having a case of the blues. Bum. You explain your problems to your friend. Your friend seems very supportive, but every time you list a complaint, your friend lists one of his or her own. You begin to think that he isn't listening. I don't know why it said he for that one. It should have said they. Aren't listening to you. The conversation can turn out to be very helpful. Boo. Take a look at. We're 13 years old, 7 months. Our calmness has taken a big dive. Not to be surprised because we are a teenager. We're probably a bit more on edge than usual. Happiness isn't too bad though. Even though that wasn't a great thing. We don't have much money. We've obviously been spending it on booze and other things. Yeah, so heart tends to be quite healthy. We'll do this one and we'll honestly call it here. John, a very close friend of yours, has been very depressed lately. You've seen him moping around the halls of school, keeping to himself. One day, when you're running an errand for a teacher on the top floor of the building, you see a shadow swaying from the roof. We're going to put... obviously, I didn't remember this content being in the game. Otherwise, I would have tackled this far, far, far earlier. We are going to put, obviously, a trigger warning here that there is obviously going to be content around suicide, self-harm. So, again, I know it's quiet here and people are probably lurking, maybe not even paying attention, but if you are paying attention, please note there's a trigger warning for this part. The game doesn't have trigger warnings other than sexual content thus far. But obviously, if anybody you feel like this, feeling triggered by this, please reach out to somebody that you can know and trust and talk to about anything that you may be going through. And don't take anything in this game as gospel because it is basically 40 years old. You peer through the designs in the glass windows, trying to see what's hanging out there. It's John. You call out to him and discover that he's planning on jumping up. He wants you to go away and make believe you didn't see him. He starts talking about wanting to be at peace. He refers to rock stars who have died and how he'll be able to get a chance to be with them. Suddenly, while talking, John loses his footing and begins. Oh, we don't have enough physical shit. We're not going to be able to save him. This is the biggest problem of the game by a long, long stretch. And it's one thing, I don't remember this scene, but I remember the one with the rock, climbing up the rock. The game really, really locks you into certain things, and once you do this, and if you don't have the social sets to do the right thing, you lose. So if you, with the rock example we had earlier on, a bunch of the cool kids are climbing up on the top of a rock at the beach. If you don't have physical strength to do it, you try to climb up the rock, you fall, you die. Of course, if you don't hang out with the rock on the climb of the rock, your social stance takes damage because you're not hanging with the cool kids. This one, while I don't remember it, I imagine we're not going to be strong enough to lift them up. We're going to take emotional damage that way. We're going to feel guilt and all that if we run off to get help, which is probably going to be the other option. Because how long is he going to be able to help? We're actually very calm persons. Are we calm person? I don't remember our stats. And we press escape, it just quits this. Yeah. I'm not going to read that. Deliberately avoiding that. We can't end on that terrible note. Livingston, a foreign friend from Jamaica, asks you over at his house for dinner. Your first course is an interesting looking kind of soup. Take a sip and find out it's delicious. What kind of soup is this? Livingston Mara replies with turtle soup. Oh, we'll be open and try to eat the whole thing. It's Are you wanting this to experience new things? Is remarkable. Besides, those little pieces of chicken taste just little pieces of meat taste just like chicken. Your adventurous delights Livingston's mum, who shows pictures of her island, tells you about people, customs. Intellectual spirit increases. Physical is low. Vocation is low. Happiness is low. For understandable reasons. I can't remember how to save. But I said, when take a look to see who is online. I imagine we're going to see a young, handsome consumer Pete online. Or if not, he will be online shortly, so please go follow him as well. Shout out to Pete. I mean, I just noticed with the quietness in chat, it usually means people have jumped across to someone else. Yes. He is indeed online. So we're waiting to consume Pete, bring the rest of the crew there. And we will carry on. Whoopsie, I pressed the wrong button. And I also did that wrong. I know. Well, it ain't letting us. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Where are we? Why aren't you letting me raid skis? I'm going to use my phone to do it, because that way it always works. That's always a bit more reliable of where. Consumable Peter. There we go. For whatever reason that one didn't work, I'm going to raid into Pete. Please stick around to say hi to Pete and check on how he's doing. He's been doing sneaks, so he'll be watching some stuff. I'm sure it'll be great. He'll also be talking for the next 2 hours or so, because that's how he rolls. I don't know when I'll be live next because of live events and all the rest of it, but I will be live at some point. If you haven't dropped a follow, please kindly do. And yeah, see you all next time. We'll be carrying on this game at some point because I want to finish it. And I don't know how to save, so I'm probably just going to leave it running. But bye for now. Appreciate it.